false alarm. Hey everyone, and welcome to another Cats and Rats live stream edition, afternoon version. I'm your host, Kirby Lupo, joined alongside my co-host for today. You've seen his face, you've heard his voice a lot during our Olympic coverage from overseas in Wales, Ben Saunders. How's it going, Ben?
Yeah, I'm all good.
Awesome to have you here. This is why we wanted to do some of these afternoon games, to be able to get you on stream here, people from overseas. We're going to be in here today. We're going to give a shout out to a lot of them that are here. I'm assuming Dan will be by. So yeah, this is different type of, and we've been going to every overtime since we're 3 for 3 here, Ben. So I don't know if we're on a pathway for another overtime.
At least it's only 7 o'clock here at the moment, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad right now at puck drop for you, right? So noon my time here, Mountain Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time for most of our audience here. Now, I've watched a little bit of this series, especially early on. I missed the last game or so. So, again, I haven't kept the closest eye on this series, but kind of going the way that I thought. I had Buffalo in 6. I don't know what your prediction was, Ben. You can share some of your other predictions as well.
I just went Buffalo because I want them to win more than anything. So, that's why I'm repping this one, and that one's for this. So.
Yeah, tell the story behind that so everyone will hear. They'll probably ask later, too, so you'll repeat it about 10 times.
Oh, yeah, of course. So these T-shirts are the T-shirts that I've picked up during visits to the US. So the Buffalo one is I went up to Niagara Falls. I landed in Buffalo. And I thought, well, I got to pick a T-shirt up. So that was that. And then we traveled over to the Canadian side for Niagara. So technically I have been to Canada. Even though
you didn't pick up a Toronto Maple Leaf shirt on the other side, did you?
No, there's nowhere near Toronto.
There's now frauds Ottawa Senators. Not those guys either, huh?
And the Boston one is, again, another airport visit. So I kind of started doing that when I went to Vegas. But Vegas didn't have a team yet, so I landed in Philly. So I've got a Philly one, I've got a Detroit one. I've landed there, and I've actually got a Carolina one as well because we landed in Charlotte.
Oh, Carolina. Oh, Charlotte. Oh, okay. Even in Charlotte land. Here he is, right here. Speak of Dan in the chat here from Liverpool, England. Nice to see you there, Dan. We've had a lot of different people in the chat from different fan bases already throughout. This is going to be an exciting one today. We'll probably get some new fans from overseas popping in, dropping by. That'll be really neat. So make sure to say where you're from. Say hi if you're new to the stream. Make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. Also, try to be in sync with Ben and I. If you guys are ahead of us, that's fine. Just don't spoil it there in the chat. Ben and I will get synced up, and we might have other community members drop by.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, so.
Yeah, like I said, I haven't really massively followed this series yet. It's been, some of you guys already know that I've been traveling around a little bit over the last couple of days, so it's been really difficult. However, it did allow me to watch one of the Philly-Pittsburgh games that I really enjoyed.
Okay, so that's kind of a bit of the series. And you said you saw Utah and Vegas, I think, right?
Yeah, I watched that a bit yesterday when I was.
Yeah, we don't need a lot of background here, guys. Let us know on the injuries though, or any changes. Alex Lyon has now entered this series, Ben, in Game 2, and he's won. I think, one game here at least for Buffalo. I think UPL won the Game 1, and he got yanked after a bad game.
Sweden, how you doing, man?
Oh. There we go. Don't want to butcher the name. What I say, is that Elna? Am I saying that right there, Ben? Say Elna?
I love that. That's a great name. Elna Valtanen. That sounds like a hockey name for sure.
Yeah, that does sound like a definite hockey name there. Now, I would have guessed wrong on that last name. I would have went Finnish on that last name. Peltonen, Rantanen. So I don't know.
I think that's because of the close thing. The Mikko Rantanen thing. It sort of throws it a little bit, but
yeah.
And we don't want to offend you by saying Swift.
Yeah. Don't want to be like Ben knows that. Ben does it. Everyone when they classify Ben as an Englishman or something. No, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's
UK as far as you can go, right? UK.
Although I have been venturing outside of Wales, as some of you already know. We'll maybe get into that a little bit later on.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we got some people going on. We got the national anthem going on right now. Ben, do you have your stream up, your feed up?
Yeah, national anthem's going on.
Okay. We will have our sound down because you guys let us know what's going on. Outside of that, sometimes interesting things are happening. And yeah, it's been an interesting playoff with how some of these games have been officiated, with things being let go, other things not. Don't know how tight they've called this series in particular. But I know Boston is struggling to get some depth scoring, which they're going to need to get through this series. We see at the bottom of the screen here the scoring playoff leaders. We see where Pastrnak has been all this series. Here's the stats right now. Alex Lyon, 960 save percentage, 1 goal allowed only. Jeremy Swayman, right there with him, a 931 save percentage. I think Alex Lyon is leading the way. I'll put the goalie stats up there since they're showing them. There's the goaltending stats there at the bottom of the screen, Ben. We've been getting some good save percentages early on. You see what Anderson's done in the sweep of Ottawa. You see what Ullmark's done in 4 straight losses, the 932 save percentage. It's even above Swayman. So we've seen some good goaltending.
Alex Lyon is an interesting...
Yes, an interesting case study. Okay, we're getting ready for the puck drop here, Ben. I'll let you know my puck drop is now.
I'm still on the goalies.
Okay, we'll pause it. You let me know and do a 5-second count.
I can see Lucas Reichel.
Yeah, it's coming up quick here. So give me a countdown after puck drop. I'm at 1956. Pause right now.
Yeah, keep it paused and I'll let you know as soon as it's 57. Yep.
So if you guys want to sync with us, get ready. If you are pausing your guys' stream.
Puck drop now, so we are at 55.
Okay. 55, 54, 53, 52, 51, 50. Good.
47, 46.
Yep. Perfect.
Cool.
Puck in the Boston end here. Lineups just going across right now.
Do you know what? It is actually nice to watch hockey without being a child about it, because in previous iterations of the playoffs, especially when we've been kind of fringe and getting close and then we've missed the playoffs, I'm like, I'm done with hockey now.
Oh, the years that when we would just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was always tough for me. I always said 24 to 40 hours when the Panthers would go through their annual time of not making it, and when they had that late push, that made it more aggravating than when we knew they were out of it in January or February.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay, I'm kind of ready for good hockey, you know?
That was a nice drive to the net back. And is that gone in? Well, the net's
he's waving it off. We'll have to see where it is on the line.
This is what I want to see from playoffs, because it's nice. Because the thing is as well, like, it's nice to actually figure out some of these guys. Because I'm just so used to whoever comes into Florida. I know I'm not there for argument's sake, but it's nice to, because I was looking at the Philly team and I was like, these guys are really interesting. Like,
yeah,
not massive names, but
turn it on. Like Porter Martone is making a name for himself. He'll make a name for himself in the playoffs, and he just came in late to, very late, I believe, to the Flyers season. When guys are done in NCAA and done junior wise, then be able to come in and play some of their first hockey pretty much in the playoffs.
Yes, it's good. It's good to see about the talent around the league again, because obviously, I think with focusing so heavily on Florida for the last 3 years, it kind of missed out on what was that?
That might be a penalty if that's a slash.
Kind of missed out on who was who a little bit, because as you know, it's really difficult for me to follow hockey unless I actively choose to watch some of the games that are going on later on in my own time.
Well, and you can't even just say that on your own time zone or what you not being able to follow. The Atlantic Division has really changed in a matter of 6 to 12 months here with the Buffalo Sabres, as we see here today. Boston even. This is a different Boston version team than what we saw against the Panthers, obviously, in 22, 23. Yes. You got Taylor Hall starring for the Carolina Hurricanes now. He was a supporting cast member of Boston there during that.
It's like that third and fourth line for Boston is sort of like, I kind of know him, but it's like I have no idea who this Jonathan Who is it playing on defense for?
Jordan Harris here.
I know. Obviously, I know Zadorov and Andrew Peak.
Yeah.
But,
He's a new addition. And some of the forwards that they got up front as well, because they moved on from the Taylor Halls, Tyler Bertuzzi's, obviously guys retiring like Bergeron and Krejci. Yeah, it's a different look, right?
Yeah. It's a bit of it's a nice new look to see who is around the league, but a nice bit of pushing and shoving here.
Yeah, getting a little feisty here.
I do have it on good authority from somebody in our community. No, well, you can all probably guess who I've been speaking to, if some of you already know. But this has been arguably the dirtiest playoffs in a while, and I can kind of understand why. It's like, are they all trying to copy a certain Floridian team?
That's what I was saying to Nick. I think on air too the other day we were talking about that. It's like this series has these, Tampa, Montreal, Carolina, Ottawa. Yesterday, there's been some chippy stuff, and it's not involving our Florida Panthers. So yeah, it's a little bit of that blueprint of trying to, and you're going to see that in playoffs anyways. But people are like, well, Florida's not there. Well, no, you're still seeing that in these matchups. And Buffalo and Boston, they've got into it a little bit there in game one. I think it was a lot of scrums, even after goals and stuff. It was.
Yeah, I do agree. They are trying to mimic the Panthers. But however, if we have a full team and we are in this playoffs, we just out Panthers every team trying to do the Panthers thing anyway, because that's just who we are.
Yeah, that's been kind of the overall consensus. We'll see how good Carolina is when they get to the conference final against Tampa or Montreal, which
was a poor showing, man.
We got into that last night on After Dark episode. Everyone make sure to check that out. We were talking about the Senators, the Oilers showing so far, which will be later tonight. That'll be an interesting game.
Well, you'd have to inform me on that on a stoppage of play, but it's like I said, it's been. Is that arguably a penalty?
No, I think he was diving out of the zone on that one to try to clear it. It looked like there.
Yeah,
unless they were gonna call an interference, but I don't think.
Still gonna kind of arguably a tripping call if you still got to have control of yourself.
Buffalo already up to. I think that might be their fifth shot there.
I'm glad their form is starting to carry into the playoffs as well, because I was wondering if they were going to be like, oh yeah, really great push, and then obviously get to the playoffs and just sink like the Senators have.
Yeah, with the Sabres there, yeah, and I thought, I don't want to discount Boston, but I thought whoever got that opponent has a chance to get out of that first round series, but you still got to play well. You can't just be like, oh well, this isn't the same Bruins team and kind of rest on your laurels, because Boston has carried this play at times. They've had leads at times, unlike Ottawa, who never had the lead for 1 second. So, yeah, this series has gone a little bit back and forth, and that's kind of where I thought this series would be, with Buffalo's lack of experience. And then Boston, you can argue maybe lack of depth scoring, where, okay, is, Morgan Geekie going to continue to score? Are they going to get scoring from other guys? Pavel Zacha having a career year, I believe. Like, is that going to continue? So, again, that's kind of where we're at, where we're at with how Buffalo has played and performed in the regular season, and you see their push at times, which you're seeing to start this game here. And then Swayman was going to be, to me, like the obvious of all X factors of keeping Boston in this series, which he has when Buffalo has pushed.
It's good to see, new teams sort of up and coming, because it's got to break for teams like Buffalo eventually. Do you know what I mean? Like, they've been not great.
Right? You think like 5 years ago, right? Which is year, 14 now, I think it was, that they made it here.
And it's that whole thing that has been shared around and stuff, like one of the roster that Sam Reinhart was on, and like some of the players that were in that team, and it's like, wow, like obviously the Eichels of the world, and here we go.
Oh, there's a counterplay right there. Wow. Peyton Krebs there. And those turnovers at the blue line, we always talk about that, Ben. That's going to kill you more than anything.
What a shot.
Yeah, mini 2-on-1. Got it over to Krebs right in the right spot. defenseman. Was that McAvoy? Yeah, caught in the middle there. Didn't know what to play, man or puck.
Yeah.
And that's what happens when you turn it over. Everyone's kind of, on their heels trying to recover. Okay, what's my assignment, right?
Huh. No guesses for who Diard wants to win.
I'll guess Buffalo without looking at the chat. Because things always tie in, and we love Diard. Things always tie back to the Panthers, so I would assume it would be Buffalo because we have no rivalry with them.
Why not?
No.
Except
No, I'm not a Boston guy. You know that. It's one of my most hated teams through the years, with them owning the Panthers and, the makeup of their team. And, you could still respect them at the end of the day, but we hated them. And it was never a rivalry because we were never good enough until it was, right? And it's turned into one of the new rivalries in hockey.
I've never really hated Boston. Like,
Really?
I've only started disliking them obviously through the playoffs.
So you never disliked them when Rask would own us or Milan Lucic would just steamroll over us and, bully us and all that.
No.
Brad Marchand, you've explained that before. Oh,
yeah, but we weren't good enough.
big collision there at center ice. Oh, trying to go upstairs on swing. They are going to call penalty. I don't know if they're calling it at the neutral zone or something that just happened there.
Rasmus Dahlin is looking way more impressive than he used to be before for me.
Just being more of a standout too. I think that happens too when your team becomes a better team, because I think a lot of people say he's always been that top 3 to 5 defenseman. What's the call here? Is it the cross check? Do you know? Or is it at the... I want to see that play. Here it is at center ice. Oh, McAvoy, come on. That's like interference. That is not McAvoy's ice there. I think that is clear as day interference. What do you think, Ben?
I don't know what he's doing there. Why?
I don't know either. That's like... See how... I think that was Doan that took that spill. See how he...
Yeah. It's the thing is, though, it's playing like hard-nosed hockey and it's being stupid.
I don't mind hard-nosed hockey, Ben, but like yesterday you saw in the Ottawa-Carolina game, even that big hit yesterday by Clevin, I agree with Kevin BX. It was a little late. And when you're running these late hits and you're coming at a faster speed, you're going to hurt guys. And if you're late on interference or blindside hits or into the wall, I don't like that stuff. And you can play with intensity, but those type of things. And that like McAvoy right there, that would be talked about. Probably will be talked about online here. But if he's hurt, that'll be definitely. So Buffalo power play here, 14:45 mark. Too many men was the call on Victor Arvidsson. So it wasn't the cross check. It wasn't the interference. Boston could have 3 penalties on that play, Ben.
Yeah. One of the things I don't like in this playoffs at the moment is I keep seeing clips of guys getting just dump tackled to the ice after the whistle. I'm like, what's all that about?
Yeah, like these kind of melees and scrums where it's like full-on tackles after goals or after stoppages in play.
In there, I don't mind like pushing and shoving, but like when you're tackling guys to the ice, they've got no chance of protecting themselves.
No, and it's not like they're dropping the gloves to fight. That's one thing too. If they're just kind of tackling, like refs have to kind of get in there, and you know what they'll have to say? They'll be like, "We're only going to take one team to the box," and then it kind of cuts that out. But you got to say that early on in the game.
Yeah,
kind of.
I think it might even get to a point if they start. Wait, H. Thompson just busted his stick.
He busted it.
I wonder why he was going to hit it so wide, because he hit players at the butt. But yeah, like I think if it gets to a point, they're gonna have to start like clamping down on this like rugby tackling stuff after whistles. And like I said,
and that's coming from the Welshmen saying that, everyone.
And I like all that kind of stuff. But I'm just thinking as a player.
Like you make a good point. If they start doing a tackle and then it falls into someone's knee and leg, and then they bust their leg because they the bodies are hitting the guy's leg, that's going to cut it out pretty quick. Guy tears his knee up. That's just standing around, right?
Let's see. Yeah, I agree, Dan. Yeah, I agree.
Try through the legs there, just at the end of this power play here, but Buffalo still got possession here. Oh, right as it's even strength. 2-0 Buffalo. There he is, Ben. Josh Jones back out on the ice.
I really like him. He's cool.
Yeah, that deal has turned out pretty well. Went through the legs there, missed it, and then I think it was Lindholm didn't get that puck out. That was big. And then directed towards the net there. Wow, battle in front. McAvoy was there too. What a pass across.
What is going on with McAvoy at the moment? Every time I watch Charlie McAvoy, he has a stinker.
Something going on. I'm not going to blame him on that. That was decent positioning. I'm going to credit Doan there, but yeah, on the ice here for.
I do. I think he should have boxed him out better.
Oh, okay. Dash too early on here for Charlie.
Well, the thing is, though, you've got to get the forward stick off the ice. That's the main priority. You get his stick off the ice, number one, and then you try and push him out of the crease.
But don't you notice, Ben, and I talked to Cody about this a lot because he's a defenseman, a lot of guys don't even have body in position anymore in this game. You know, oh, we're going to get called for a penalty or you can't be rough. I don't think it's always that. I think guys just are lazy to position and not focused in the defensive zone, you know, where they're not even near the guy.
Yeah, but like I said, you've got to, the guys standing, especially, standing back door and stuff like that, or, far side of the gut net, whatever, terminology you want to use. Like, if you're standing there with your stick on the ice, the chances of it going in are high.
Yeah.
If you remove their stick off the ice and tie their stick up with a couple of stick lifts, get that done. And and like Charlie McAvoy is supposed to be one of the better defensemen in the league.
Yeah, and he's got the playoff experience too, where you're like,
people can say I talk a lot of crap about Charlie McAvoy. Like he's one of those guys. If he was on our team, I'd probably like him. Again, a la Brad Marchand. At the end of the day, I'm never say never at this point now because we've got one of my most disliked players of all time, and now he's on our team.
I know we're going off topic.
I can't say anything.
I will say I get on our first pairing when they're not tying guys up in front. So I understand that analogy of like if you're not right there or right on the guy. A guy Panther fans might have to get used to hearing. And I shout out to Banksy for mentioning me on the Locked On Panthers network that I was on. This guy first, Jordan Binnington. A lot of Panther fans hate him, don't like him. Well, becomes a Florida Panther. I think you guys are all going to like him pretty quick. And it is an option this offseason here, as we've mentioned, and I think he makes your defense better by communicating, moving the puck and different things like that, which I think our defense can use.
And he's a bit of a lunatic as well, which we all
Yes. Like. He'll bring you into the fight, which I think, at times we don't need that, but at times I feel on our back end we do.
Why is he hitting him there?
That's what I'm saying. I still don't know how that wasn't called. Doan did not get back. Oh, Doan laid a little bit of a pick interference himself after.
Enough for him.
Yeah.
If they're not going to call it, why not? Take the game into your own hands.
That's crazy too. Doan's talking after that goal. That's on McAvoy there in front who put the hit on him. That probably got Doan fired up, Ben, to be more engaged in front of the net to create that goal.
Right. I've always said this. Like, if I'm having a bit of a sleepy game or whatever it is, I'll just go and hit someone. Just take some contact somewhere, and it'll get you fired up and get the blood rushing, get you into the game a bit more, and then go from there. I'm not saying be dirty or anything, but just make a bit of contact with someone, get your blood rushing, and that's what happened with Doan.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's been bad. Obviously, he's only been 9 minutes of the game, so you can't really say anything about anyone at the moment except Charlie McAvoy.
They just took a little bit of run at Pasternak there. The refs are going to have to watch some of this stuff out.
And then Pastor runs back at him.
Yeah. Watch the plays in the neutral zone here because guys are running at each other.
The thing is, though, I don't trust Pasternak with stuff like that. I don't think he's well equipped to do that back to guys. And if he does, he's going to do it dirty.
Well, that's the problem sometimes with Charlie when he walks on the line and goes over that line. Then it's going to come back on Pasternak. They're like, okay, well we're going to go at your star guy. And that just doesn't suit him well.
This might sound a bit stupid, but I kind of want Charlie McAvoy to be good, so I can dislike him even more because of the rivalry. Do you know what I mean?
Sound different.
It's like what, like obviously nobody plays against us, but like for other, it's like Brad Marchand doing great things in the Boston jersey. It's like, yeah, the more he does that, the more I'm going to dislike him. So it makes it more entertaining.
Well, a lot of people did like Brad Marchand in Boston. Like I obviously live here in Canada. Oh, another turn. Wait, look at all that room they just gave. Wait, did you see where it was? He wants interference. I don't know if he's going to get it. Well, we might not be heading to overtime here. Our streak may be ending if this holds here. Wow. That was Harris, the youngster that we were talking about earlier there.
Yeah, Doan again, just getting himself, like throwing himself around.
I don't know what Swayman's complaining about. The guy's going to the net with the puck. You're not. I don't care if he's running a little bit into you after. I don't know.
Afterwards, it's like no, this is what it is.
Yeah, like he's trying to the net with the puck.
Didn't they make a save?
Yeah. Oh, I think Boston ain't challenged. They're calling a timeout.
Didn't they make a save? Don't let it go through you.
Yep. Yeah.
Swayman.
Swayman needs some help from his defense here, and the forward's not turning pucks over. Every goal has kind of been on Boston here, you know.
Like at the moment, I'm like
if you want to say the second one because McAvoy didn't do a good job, the first and third goal are off two awful turnovers.
They just don't get involved again, just creating havoc down there. Whoa!
Yeah, that drive. See, like Buffalo has to start getting credit from maybe the average NHL fan. It's like it's not just all skill. Like when you got a guy like Doan in there, net driving. Benson's a little guy, but he puts his nose in there. So they've got those guys that.
I like it. I like this sort of underdoggy kind of like Band of Rebels kind of team. It's kind of what I was watching getting out of the Philly game. It's like a little Band of Rebel type of team. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I can get into the Flyers and Penguins series a little bit here with you here in a second. But, yeah, Buffalo, this is impressive on the road to be able to do this as a young team. It's like, okay, well, we won our one game in Boston. We're just going to give them this game today and the series will be even, right? They didn't come out with that attitude at all.
Who was that in the defensive zone? 47, is it, for Buffalo? Like, Kastelik was all over him. And he just managed to, like, clear the zone, no panicking, did what he had to do. That was great stuff.
Yeah, Buffalo's been great on their zone exits here.
It's those little things that you, like, people kind of tend to miss.
Uh-huh. Yeah, out shooting Boston 11-2 here. We're at the 10-minute mark. If you guys are with us, 9:55 right now. If you want to sync up with us.
Boston have been garbage so far.
It's now Buffalo skating here. Oh, getting behind the defense.
Whoa, get in.
Wow.
They're just winning everything and they're like
turnover again.
Oh, Buffalo, Boston. Like
we'll have to check out the turn. This has got to be about. That's got to be about the 7th turnover. Another one. Wow, what a play there. Swayman might have to yell at the team here in between periods.
Yell.
Like, are any of you guys showing up today? This is a pitiful performance to start the day for Boston here at home.
Getting worse. I think
it did update the score. I don't know why the score didn't update.
What we got going on in the chat?
Yeah, thank you for everyone being here in the chat. Dan with us here. I see you, Dan, in the chat. We'll have to get you for one of these future games, Dan, on the weekends. We were expecting other guys to be here with us. I love having Ben here because we wanted to schedule this so we could get Ben on here. Some of the weekend times are going to be a little tight for me moving forward with my schedule. So wanted to be here for this one today to get Ben kicked off here for the playoffs.
Yeah, nice one. This, like I said, it's good to be back on here, and it's good to actually enjoy some hockey and not be, like I said earlier, not be a child about it.
Yeah. Beef Cats, that's a good question there. Yeah, they had the best record a couple different times this year. I think one of their records was it after November, December, and then one of the ones down the stretch too. I thought they were 16-6-4. That might have not have been at the end of the season, or 16-4-6 or something. So I don't know, or maybe I'm off on that. 16-4-2, something like that. So yeah, they've had a couple different stretches this year, dating back to early in the year and then to close out the year as well. So you can look at their consistency has been pretty on par all year. And them able to win the Atlantic Division was big because I said whoever matched up with Boston, you got a good shot here. And Pittsburgh was the other one. I think Pittsburgh have been frauds, Ben. Well, you're using that word a lot today. But Pittsburgh, like their defensive zone coverage, turning pucks over to the Flyers. And credit to the Flyers, they were one of the best teams, speaking of, down the stretch, if not the best, coming in their last 10 games.
It was one of the series as well. Like when I was asked about just randomly picking some teams, I think me and you spoke about it as well. And I just picked Philly because I was like, don't care, whatever.
Yeah, like I was like, it doesn't make sense, but I'm going to pick Philly because I looked at the special teams, the metrics. They didn't really favor Philly. Now, they were the hot team coming down the stretch. That doesn't always matter in the playoffs. We've seen that with Tampa before against Florida. They lose. You don't always have to be the hot team coming in, but it has really benefited Philadelphia.
I didn't pick Pittsburgh because of their stats and all that. I was just like, I just don't see it.
Well,
Philly just seemed a bit more, like I said, that kind of band of rebels mentality, you know?
Yeah. Another team, I don't know. People can credit Kyle Dubas for the regular season, but when I look at that defense from Karlsson, Letang, and Girard, they don't want to take a hit. They don't want to sacrifice their body. And
Pittsburgh look knackered.
And if you get in their face, there's not a lot, like what Crosby's being the guy to push back. I don't know, at this stage of his career, like you need other guys to kind of.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about. They just look tired and whatever.
Yeah, and the Flyers, they got good young collection of forwards building. Similar to Buffalo, I just say Buffalo, they got more of the high end guys with the Tage Thompsons and
again, great little play to get out of the D zone.
Yeah.
Just simple, not simple, but like a nice little play.
And Buffalo's gonna, if they get through this series, they win this game. It's looking pretty good. Obviously, if they get through, they're gonna push on Montreal or Tampa, whatever one, because Montreal and Tampa, people think that's been a clean puck series. It hasn't. There's been some bad play by Tampa and Montreal with the puck, and if Buffalo can counter that, both of those teams got to play better, I think, heading into a matchup against Buffalo with puck management. You got to be on it with Buffalo. Like you got to play with the puck against Buffalo, not turn anything over at your blue in the neutral zone.
And John Cooper can't rely on just gooning it up either.
No. Buffalo's already got a taste of that this year from Tampa and gave it back to them.
Good.
Ooh.
Good enough for him.
But Montreal is up in that series, so game 4 later today, I believe, if I got my days right.
I'll try and watch that tomorrow after work, I think.
Yeah, it's a big one. I don't think it's a must-win for Tampa. I know Cody and Nick were asking that question. I don't think it's a must-win because Tampa will have 2 of their 3 on home ice. But, Montreal's, able to win in Tampa as well. So goals by period here. Looks like Boston has only enjoyed themselves in the second period in this series.
Well, they're going to have to enjoy themselves quite a lot if they're going to get something back out of this. Well, actually pull their socks up a bit for a start.
Yeah. We're at the 7:26 mark here if you guys want to sync with us. Puck drop now.
That's going to be fascinating. Series Sabres versus Montreal. Yeah, I mean, it'd be even more fascinating if it was Montreal than Buffalo.
That would be a very fast series.
That would pique my interest a lot more.
Yeah, it'd be interesting because that's kind of styles of like 2 of the faster teams, I would say, in the NHL. And like which team is going to bring more of that physical edge? Which team is going to get the goaltending front? The way that line's playing, you never know. I would lean Montreal with Dobosh. He's played well, but the way that line's come in relief here. And he's had a pretty good year in Buffalo too, kind of being that 1A, 1B. Because UPL's been injured a couple different times, I want to say.
Want to try and pronounce his name?
They've even gone to their 3rd goalie this year a bit, I think, Buffalo. What's that?
Do you want to try and pronounce his name properly?
Well, I can say it. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen.
Yeah, I don't want to. UPL's way better.
I don't like saying Luukkonen because he's like kind of hyphenated, so it's just easier to say.
Need Don Bania for that.
Tom Brady, yeah. Well, Boston again, maybe a little bit of zone time here. The first of the period. Shots 13-2 right now. Buffalo. Good block there. Wow, Buffalo just sprinting.
How did he control that?
Yeah, Zadorov, nice play on the reach, but Buffalo getting behind the Boston defense.
What's he doing?
What did we do it? Wow, what a passover. What a save.
Oh my God.
Wow, could have been 4-0 there.
Who gave that away?
Zadorov and Peak are the...
Ha!
Wow.
Good save, Swayman.
Nice little extra pass there, too, for Buffalo, because you're like, okay, if we get it across, we got the back door open there.
I bet Swayman's just stood in this commercial break being like, what's going on? What are you doing?
Again.
Yeah, again.
Oh, we'll put the polls up here. Thank you for that reminder, Beef Cat. Let's put up the East poll. I know some of you have already voted on it, but let's get it up and running. Make sure to get the votes in. I'll try to switch the other ones through as well. You have not voted on the poll. Make sure to get your votes in. We'll keep tabulating those. Question from Beef Cat there. Ben, if you want to answer it.
Oh, I can't see it because I'm going blinder in my old age.
On the screen there.
Who will represent Eastern Conference in the Stanley Cup final?
And then Beef Cat's question, can anyone beat Carolina?
None of them two. Other is my answer.
Who do you have coming out of the East, Ben?
Well, I don't want to see Carolina because they bore me.
Okay.
I think the problem is, though, I pick teams who I want to see there as opposed to who I think will, realistically will be there. But the East is weird because you can't really say Buffalo. I want to see Buffalo there. I reckon Philly could do a number against Carolina, see?
Really?
Yeah. I reckon they could just aggravate them.
Interesting.
I just don't
I wonder with the Flyers if we see kind of what we're seeing here with Boston, where if they're turning the puck over on Carolina because Carolina starts to suffocate them. I feel so Carolina didn't trail for 1 second against Ottawa, Ben. I don't even think Carolina played their A game. Aho didn't do anything. Jarvis didn't do anything. That's a scary thing.
Yeah.
And Slavin didn't have to do a lot, I felt.
If Philly can get into this sort of, bash them around type of stuff, I think it'll cause them problems, especially Sebastian Aho, because we know what happens when you hit him around.
Oh, if they get into I didn't even catch that. I'm just looking at the chat here. 4-0. Owen Byram.
Honest to God, man. If I'm Swayman, I'm like, screw this, I'm going home. What are you guys doing?
Off of it, look, face-off win and just a 50-50 lost battle, I'll call that.
Did Swayman lose his position in a bit as well?
Yeah, Swayman did. I don't know. He's talking about getting... That's your own guy, Swayman.
You clown.
That's not going to get called.
It's goalie interference. Oh, yeah, but it's my own guy.
I don't know what. I would like to see another look at that angle. 4-0.
5:34 I had.
Well, if we want blowout games, we can have Ben on the stream. So everyone make note of that.
And then for the last period, we can just have some violence. How's that?
Yeah, Ben said violence. Ben said, it doesn't want to have any nerves. His team's not in the playoffs this year with the Panthers, obviously. So, yeah, this is not really any nerves at all when you're watching a game like this.
Yeah, that's it.
This is surprising because Buffalo takes game 3 in Boston, and this is how Boston comes out.
Oh, I don't know. I think that's what he's whinging about.
he was, but enough time has passed to recover. I don't know. That one might get talked about a little bit.
Is he whinging about Zucker going through him there?
I don't know. That he might have a case on that one. But they're going to say, what is goaltender interference now? How long does he get a chance to reset? He might have a case there. But they didn't.
The goalie interference thing it's become a farce in this league now anyway. So
well, now I wonder what the goaltending coaches are saying. Do we challenge this? Like, there's so much, probably more hesitation now, Ben, than there was a year ago, 2 years ago.
Right, 2 years ago, right, goalie interference was very nice and defined, right? And you could look at any call on the ice generally and go, yeah, that's the right call. There, all across the league, right?
Pretty fair.
There was a point at about, I don't know, 2 years ago where you'd look at that and go, yep, that's goalie interference, and it gets waved off. And you're like, eh? And then it became a shit show after that.
This year it's been, the Pittsburgh Ranger one. There was one with Florida. There was, what was the other one? There was one in Anaheim. There's been 4 or 5 easily documented ones this year where people are like...
Yeah, we've had loads. I don't know whether it's been necessarily this year, because obviously this year's been weird, but like loads on us, and God knows wherever else has been going on in the league, because if it's like that for us, then what's it for the rest of the league? But
I'm fine with goals being called back or off, because like we're a team that net drives. You got Sam Bennett, you got Matthew Tkachuk, you got guys that live in the paint and around the paint. So, hey, if you play that way, I'm fine being burned, where it's like, okay, no, that's a penalty, or hey, no, that's a goal. That's going to be taken off the board.
If you play on that edge long enough, certain things are going to get waved off, aren't they?
Yeah, so I'm fine with that, and I'm always going to be leader of the goaltending union. So I'm gonna side there by default at times.
Boston.
Yeah, that one didn't look bad to start, but that look there, yeah, they're going to be talking about that one at intermission. Oh,
breakaway!
Chance here for Boston. Big save by Lyon.
That could have been a kick if that went in.
Yeah, that secondary attempt. So Buffalo playing a little Boston's game on that turnover there, but now they're coming back and they got 2-on-1 of their own.
I reckon this is going to go in. Oh, no.
Passed it over, had the shot. He was really shady.
It was well defended as well.
Yeah.
Because the goalies always want to face the shooter, don't they? They don't want to have to deal with that cross-ice pass. But as a defenseman, it's so difficult not to want to go in on the shooter.
Now you're going to see Boston take
shots.
Missed on a hit there. Wow, right to him. Oh, that could have been 5-0.
They're so quick.
Yeah, and they're like Boston. Even if Buffalo's quick, you can't allow guys behind you. Like, they're literally getting right behind them, little area pass.
And the thing is as well, they're making quick decisions as well. It's like snap pass, boom, bing. They're not messing around.
Yeah. Now, that 2-on-1 there, they should have not made that pass look, but most of the decisions Buffalo's made today has been 31-9 shot attempts.
Good for Buffalo fans to see this, for after a while. I'd be ecstatic watching this if I was a Buffalo fan.
They're going to be buzzing at home.
Look at this again, like just cool passing, no messing. Oh,
see right there, get behind the D.
That's that. This is great.
Wow.
This is
frustrating. You got to call penalty here, ref. He's not even.
Put your arm on it. He's hit him 5 times.
Come on, ref. Ref, they're letting that go, Ben. Well, things are on then. There's a hit to the numbers a bit.
What was that? Was that Castellak?
I think so there.
Yeah, it was. Call it. He hit him about 10 times in this once.
Yeah, like.
Lovely head fake Tage.
Oh. Boston is just skating in sludge here.
This is what I want to see.
Wow. Another slot chance. Going Globetrotters on them now.
And I'm not just like, geeing up the Sabres for no reason. I mean, I'm just entertained by it. So that's what I want.
This was like, I don't even know this bad. But this was my fear of having a team like Boston in the playoffs, where I wanted Columbus. I wanted some of these other teams that were playing kind of inspired down the stretch until they weren't. I wanted Ottawa in the playoffs. Obviously, we saw how that turned out. But Ottawa, it never got this bad against Carolina. This would be Carolina's like A game here, A+ game. And we never even seen that. And Carolina still took out all, like Boston. What would this be against Montreal, Carolina? This would be not good. And again, I want to give Buffalo credit. They've been, division winners this year, but I don't think the separation should be like this. And Boston, I know before the game yesterday, Marco Sturm said we have some guys banged up and injured. I'm like, okay, are they hurt or are they injured?
I was just about to give Power credit there for like skating with a puck, and he just gives it away really straight.
Alex Lyon has not seen a lot of action, but he's like, okay, guys, I'll bail you out here in a couple. That's Logan Stanley. No, it's Logan Stanley there on Minton on the breakaway.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, Logan Stanley. Yeah, they brought him over from Winnipeg. Fraser Minton, he's looked good this year for Boston too. He's involved in that Carlo Toronto trade.
Yeah.
Will haunt Toronto forever if they don't get a top 5 pick, which they are slated to, but they could fall to 6, which they will not keep their pick, and it would go to Boston then. So Boston could have a big consolation prize if they get taken out here by Buffalo. But
that's the thing, isn't it? Like, people could say, "Oh yeah, haha, Panthers didn't make the playoffs." I'm like, yeah, we all don't mind because we all understand why we didn't. Look at Toronto, man. Wow.
If they don't end up with that pick and it goes to Boston, they have an over 55% chance, I think, of losing that top 5 pick. So
they lose one of their superstars and then they fall off a cliff.
We got a penalty here, or is this offside?
But one of the things I will say, though, I do enjoy sort of like winding up Toronto. But if this stays like this, say it stays like this for about 5 years with Toronto now, I will end up getting to the point where I'm like, I kind of want to see Toronto being good again. It's one of those things for the league, isn't there? It's like Detroit. You want to see that, like Detroit, Chicago. I'd like to see those teams.
Well, yeah, like I've said that about Chicago. Like it's been a while now.
Yeah, exactly.
Not doing the best reporting.
Yeah. Teams can be good as long as they're second to us. I'm not saying, I'd end up wanting Toronto to win. I just want them to be competitive, make the league more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But then, it gets to that. As you know, it gets to that point with Toronto. Then when they start being good, and the media just jump all over them. So.
Oh, sorry. Jumped ahead on the gun there. They're adding a little time here. Face off deep in the Buffalo zone. 3.8 to go. Buffalo wins the draw. And wow, first time we've seen on the Cats and Rats live stream here. Utter domination. 4-0. Buffalo. After one. Ben, before we go on our little break, give a little plug. We'll play your music here, heading out for the intermission.
Blackjack 0. Go and check us out. I am adamant that I will get this damn song up on the socials and all this other nonsense within the next, say, month, because it's well overdue now. I've been busy. I've had to do some stuff, but I just need to finish off some vocals. But the song's done. So I'm just really, really looking forward to getting that out. So check out Blackjack 0. Just search it on Instagram and stuff. And if you do start following us on Instagram, perhaps it'll make us post more stuff, because we don't. Because we're one of those bands. We just like working and not doing social media. But as we know nowadays, you kind of have to. So it is what it is.
We got Irvin here. I'll get to all the chat here as we go to our break here during intermission. Also, we got Blackjack 0. It's embedded in all of our live streams and also on After Dark. So make sure to hit that link on YouTube. That'll take you to the Blackjack 0 page as well. And shout out to our guy, Jack Powell, as well. Roxy.
Yeah, nice one. Yeah, check out the... we've got an EP up. There's some old stuff on this. So if you enjoy a bit of rock and roll kind of thing, stuff, sort of modern rocky thing, go and check it out. And if you really enjoy it, please DM me. It'll be massively appreciated.
Yep, message Ben, and you'll find his socials and all that as well. So...
Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, appreciate it. We'll be back here for the second period. Buffalo up 4-0 over the Boston Bruins. We'll be back for the second, everyone.
Panthers fever is here. Are you geared up? Caneswear in Davie is the place for all your Florida Panthers needs. They have the latest gear for our favorite NHL team. Jerseys, polos, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Caneswear has you covered. Stop by their store in Davie or at pantherswear.com. Again, that's pantherswear, WEAR.com for all your Panthers gear.
We are not quite back here for the second period yet, but just want to give a shout out to our guy, Jeremy Beckham at Beck Sells FLA. Hey, Panther fans in South Florida need real estate help? Check out Jeremy Beckham with Next Home Treasure Coast. It's a boutique service with a personal touch. Jeremy and his team put humans over houses, working hard for you, whether you're buying or selling. Ready to move? Hit up BeckSellsFLA.com. Again, that's BeckSellsFLA.com, or call 772-475-5371 now. You'll be glad you did. You don't have to be in the South Florida area. You can be across America, even North America. Get a hold of Jeremy at BeckSellsFLA. We'll be back here shortly for the second period. We are back for the second period here. Ben, I'm just about to get to puck drop right
now.
I'll give a little countdown for everyone in the chat. If you guys are ahead of us, 55, 54, 53. Good, Ben?
Yep.
50, yeah. Perfect. So again, if you guys are ahead of us in the chat, that's fine. Just no spoilers. They're spoiling too much at this point because I think we kind of know where this game is headed, Ben.
Oh, you're having a nice little dust up by there. That's what we want.
Yeah. Brian Boucher, former Flyers goalie, speaking of, talking about Philadelphia earlier, carved up the Bruins during that first intermission there as a former goalie. Not helping Swayman. He said it could have been 6-0 if not for Swayman, which I tend to agree.
I didn't have a lot of good things to say.
Start of the second here. We'll update our tracker here. Anything you looked into, Ben, there? I wonder how many turnovers. I forgot to look that up. The Boston.
I did not. I was taking a break.
You take a break. If anyone in the chat can let us know, go to Money Puck there. Let us know how many turnovers from Boston. By the way, shout out to Swervin Irvin, moderator over on Clay Canucks channel. He's always here in our chat. Happy birthday, Irvin. Hope you have a good day on your birthday. I don't know if you're still in the chat, but
I think he's still around. I think he's still there.
a lot of space up top there.
Just carrying out work again on the boards. A bad pass, but good play to do what he had to do.
Welcome to a new person in the chat, Steele, Montreal fan. Yeah, I've enjoyed that series the most. I think I've watched every series, at least a game from every series. Probably seen the least of Colorado, LA, but I've watched that. Oh, penalty coming up here.
Oh, they're going to call that a penalty? He grabbed him.
That wasn't too much of a grab there. That he's on Boston.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have let that go both ways. I thought they were going to call something on Buffalo there. I'm like, he's
not. I'd be a bit annoyed if I was Zadorov there.
Yeah. Oh, Zadorov leading penalty minutes with Tayshaw. I think that was to do with those scuffles in Game 1 I was talking about. That might have been tribute. Oh, Chris Letang up there, not playing defense and also sitting in the penalty box a lot.
All know your feelings on Chris Letang.
Oh, I don't have problems with those guys.
Puck is dropped Die Hard. So we are at 1901 with a stoppage.
Yeah. If you were behind, you can skip ahead. If not, you guys can pause and sync up close with us. Yeah, if you guys are ahead, I don't mind that. Just don't spoil it to everyone else in the chat if they're synced with us. And also, you get to see our reaction after you see the puck go in. Puck drop now, 19, 59, 58, 57, 56,
Yep.
1855. Buffalo, is this their second power play of the afternoon?
Yeah, I believe so.
They scored on that one. Or they scored at the end of that one. I think the one was deemed even strength. Second or third here.
Yeah, because the other one was too many men.
Okay, yes.
Which we thought it could have been interference.
Interference, cross-check.
Whatever.
Yeah,
Lasso in. Go on, Tate.
Shoot that.
Too much.
Oh, wow, too much.
It almost worked out, but then a great defensive block.
Yeah. Darlene up at the point here. Good puck moving by Buffalo, but not a lot of resistance. This is a tight box here by Boston.
Yeah, very tight. They're not really coming out of that box either.
No, that's a good net drive there.
They're going to force Buffalo to play outside in that pie.
Yeah. I don't think they mind that with Darlene quarterbacking. It's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, but if he's got nothing to do up there, then...
Now they're pressing out. And
they kind of have to because they're getting penned in a little bit, so they're going to do something.
And now they're at the end of this. Oh. High stick there. They're calling the play dead.
Speaking of Darlene, do you know who I liked him playing with?
What card?
Forsling.
Oh, you're thinking international. Okay. Yeah, I know he's had different partners in Buffalo. Over his tenure. Buffalo's reshaped their defense a little bit by bringing in Stanley at the deadline. Obviously making the trade to get Doan, which what a period he just had there to move Kesserling out to Utah. Which I think he's struggling to get some time there now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buffalo, they got one of the best defenses on paper when you have Darlene, Power, Byram, Samuelson.
Byram's been a good pickup for him.
Yeah, he's settling in, and he's always got his name kind of on the trade wire because of how deep their blue line is, but it ended up being Kesserling in that deal. So then I think they're like, okay, we're selling. And then with the cap going up too, I think that probably helps Buffalo to be able to retain that blue line. And then Stanley for depth. I'm missing one other name. Big hit there in the neutral zone.
Oh, that was a bad pass out of the zone.
That was a hope pass.
Luckily, they got caught offside with it. Oh. Iverson did not like that.
Are you synced up now, Die Hard, with us? Everyone else that wants to be. Hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button. Appreciate all the super chats that have happened through these live streams, all the gifted memberships. Thank you, community. You guys make it worthwhile for us to be here, so we're just not talking to ourselves. So appreciate different people being here at different times. A lot of you being here for all of the streams. I really appreciate members out there that have been there pretty much for all of these. Fernando, Die Hard, Donis. Appreciate you guys. Majority.
It really means a lot. Means a lot as well when like you hear some of the comments that have come in. But like obviously for me, more or less, like some of the Olympic stuff that was coming in and people saying like they appreciate watching us talking about the games for one reason or another, and stuff like that just makes it worth doing.
Yeah, that was a big moment for this channel, Ben. There's been a few of them. The Seth Jones trade. But that Olympics coverage, like I thought, hey, let's plan this. Let's work this together as a community. Let's do it in shifts. Let's do as much as we can. And just the numbers that came in, the interaction with the community, new followers finding us, it was awesome. So
Yeah, like I say, I won't go into some of the stuff that got said on the street. A lot of you were in there, and you already kind of know what got said from some personal stuff. And but yeah, it's great to, even if it's just for one person that we help out. You know what I mean? And in that regard, it makes it all worthwhile.
Oh yeah, are you? Yeah,
I'm just sat here just spitballing about hockey, a game that I really love, and to think that someone enjoys listening to my voice talk nonsense about hockey for 2 hours.
No, so, you're good. Whatever the word is, bipartisan, whatever. No dog in the fight, and it was good to have your perspective and everything. And everyone was great in the chat. We had people from all over the world, different languages in the chat. Yeah, it was something else. So to be able to be the coverage, the eyes and the ears for some people that didn't have streams or were doing the watch along with us, it was awesome.
Die Hard, you're at 16. Let me just double check because I've got noise on my screen at the moment. 15 we're at. 15, 14, 56, 55,
54, 53, 52.
That Die Hard.
150. Play in the Buffalo zone right now. Buffalo with the puck.
I think we're ahead of you, Die Hard, I believe.
If we are ahead of you, Die Hard, can you skip ahead? Because a lot of you guys are behind us. So you might be able to fast forward ahead there, Die Hard, or refresh, and then you might just...
We're at 14:30.
You want to either be ahead of us, Die Hard, or you want to be even with us. Don't be behind.
Yeah, thanks for that, Dan. Mainly these guys. These guys do all the hard work. I just tag along and enjoy myself.
No, Ben he's done a lot over time. Like when we first were starting our channel and needing help with different things, Ben's always there to help and assist and stuff like that. So
I wonder where that pass was going in. I'm glad that defender was stood there. Cool. Nice one, Die Hard.
Thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was fun last night. I know there were some technical issues with our guy Jim because he was in hotel Wi-Fi in Montreal, but we tried to battle through that best we could with him there. And yeah, it was really good. We went a bit longer than we thought. So yeah, full episode. I'll try to timestamp that stuff. Just watch for the banners on the episode. You guys can skip ahead on After Dark, and you can see the banners on the screen, and you'll see when we switch topics. So that way you can find out if we were talking anything on the Panthers or other stuff. You can skip around.
Are you guys doing Oilers Ducks? Well, I won't be because I'll be in bed.
There was some talk with Caesar and the boys because I don't see anyone here with us right now, Beef Cats. So there was some talk on that because I was doing this stream earlier in the day for Ben, but also for Caesar. So I don't know. It didn't work out for the guys. So I'm glad to have Ben here. Because I'm not a big fan of the early streams, to be honest with you. But I want to talk to Ben and hang out with Ben, so I wanted to do this today. But yeah, they might do the one tonight. If they do the one tonight, I'm probably not going to jump on. I'll just mod because I got to go out and do stuff, and I don't want to be attached to my phone or having to be here. So they'll have to organize it if they're going to do it. But stay tuned. You'll see it on the channel. I'll schedule it if they're going to do it. But they better be here to do it because I'm not going to be here to launch it.
And as we go deeper into the playoffs, I'll probably be less and less about, unless we do like a Friday or a Saturday, and maybe I'll jump on and I'll just grin and bear the time, because if it's like something cool, I'll stay up and watch it.
Yeah, because of the start times, you mean, right, Ben? There won't be as many on early on the weekend. That's we want Ben on here for the first round as well.
Definitely won't be doing anything in the week. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, that would be, Ben, the conference final and Stanley Cup. But there'll be some weekend games on the conference final. There might be 1 or 2 in the afternoon. There might be stateside time, evening your time.
I don't mind staying, especially if it's a Friday night and there's a couple of beers on the go, chatting to my mates on the Xbox and stuff. So I might just go, you know what? I'll stay up and watch some of the games. So I'll check in and see what these guys are doing and see if we can work something out.
Yeah, on the Friday ones. Ooh, just over the net there. Yeah, that's a good. But there might be a Saturday afternoon game. It could be, depending on the teams. Sometimes some of the north, like a Boston, I know, Buffalo. We'll see. But the second round should have some afternoon games as well. So we'll see from there.
Anyone you're rooting for in the playoffs to improve Florida's draft position? I don't understand all the technicalities of all that nonsense. That stuff has just disappeared over the top of my head now because there's so much chatter about it, and I haven't delved fully into it. So nope, I just want good hockey, to be honest with you.
I don't know from thinking of this off the top of my head, Urban, if there is any advantage to teams where they place here.
Somebody like
Nick,
I believe Nick would know that type of detail.
Yeah, that's very intricate because we're locked into a top 10 pick right now, 8th position, I believe. I don't think anything improves with any of the trades that we made. Like Urban's talk about conditional deals. I don't know if there's any teams. Last year we ended up giving, what was it Boston a better pick because we won the cup and Marchand made it through the second round. I don't care if we won, right? So, and it was 1 round difference from, was it 4th to 3rd or 3rd to 2nd, something like that. We lost a pick with that as well with Tarasenko when he won the cup. I'm like, okay, we won the cup. Right? So that even if we make the conference final, Ben, or lose in the cup final, I don't care on those conditionals because you're going so deep into the playoffs. It's not a big deal. Now, if you lose in the first round and you're giving up a good pick, I do care, right? It's like, that was deal, right?
Some of those picks, I'm just like, it kind of is what it is. It's just let the chips fall. It's too much for me when it comes to all that kind of stuff. Like, it's too much to think about. Like Kirby, I'll tell you guys, I'm more of a see it and speak about it type of guy. I don't delve into stats and go too crazy on it. I've never been that way, even when like I was like a football. Soccer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Ben's not like that for football, soccer. So like. That's crazy to think for you guys to think that because you think look at the tables and all this stuff. He's just not that type of sports fan. So a lot different than how we are as like hockey hardcores over in North.
I'll check the stuff I'll check. Obviously, I'll tell you what is an intermission. I'll check like the league tables, obviously. I'll check like top goal scorers, that kind of thing. And then any other stats. And like I don't know, Dan might tell you this, like the stats for American sports just go way, way beyond. And the stuff that they talk about, and I'm like, just get on with the game. Just talk about the game. I can't be dealing with 200 million stats about like goals above expected and all.
Oh, yeah. The analytics is different. But I was going to say our boy, Nick Levine, he loves like the different probabilities and where's the picks. And speaking of which, American football, that would make, Ben's head spin. This team drafts this player, then we're going that position. If this player goes there, then we're drafting this guy. It goes so deep football-wise, Ben. And Ben, they're talking about that in American football when there isn't going to be games for another 6 months.
Oh, I know. That would drive me up the wall. Like, I just want to see sports and some good stuff because, like I said,
But that's what drives media in North America.
If anybody ever needs any like plays breaking down and asks, like, I'm your guy. I'll tell you all that all day long. But when it comes to like probabilities and picks, no, don't bother.
No.
I want to.
Yeah, I would love to do more film breakdown here. I know there's terms of service stuff with YouTube, so that's a big reason why. But to be able to break down different things and show stuff. We're starting to do the NHL Edge thing on here. So anytime Ben wants to do stuff there, we can do a film breakdown in NHL Edge and show different plays there. This would be interesting to show a couple of the plays from this last period on the breakdown. If you want to play around with the NHL Edge, Ben, and get comfortable with that, we can show plays there. But,
I'll have a little
fun gadget that we can use, and YouTube allows us to use it. I know Nick used it on our latest podcast episode I believe 72, breaking down the goal we allowed against the Vancouver Canucks and how they equated it to a high danger chance, or not a high danger.
Well, that's another nonsense stat as well. High danger. Oh my God! Just play the game.
Well, Nick proved that they didn't even know how to calculate it correctly because they counted one as a medium danger when it was right in front of Bob, and Bob got scored on. It was like, isn't that a high?
Let's give you some of an idea of like why kind of things get annoyed. There's a thing that's been crept into football now that is known as VAR. I don't know if anybody is familiar with it.
Yeah, is that the same that they're using for tennis and other stuff?
Yeah, it's obviously it's the same in hockey, but it's done, I think, more tastefully in hockey. A lot more tastefully in hockey. Whereas, like, it's even to the point where, like, people are complaining that they can't, like, celebrate goals going anymore because they got to wait for a decision. I'm like, oh, my God, I just know.
Yeah, that's
Yes, Dan. Yes, Dan. Exactly. Football is, so whatever. Like,
So you're saying that's going to wreck all of our experiences for our football casuals. Oh, I went off post line, didn't even see it when the World Cup hits here.
I don't know if I'm assuming VAR's in the World Cup. Dan probably told me that, but
I think I used past 1 or 2 World Cups. I didn't think it was too much of a distraction, but again, I'm a super casual, so not the best to ask.
and you guys get to enjoy all the Brits coming over for the World Cup. That's going to be fun.
And everyone, all the nations over in Canada, Vancouver, Toronto, I believe, are the hosts. And then where is it in the States? I want to say Chicago or New York is one, but I could be wrong.
Pretty sure they're playing down in Miami as well. I think.
Oh, yeah, they're one of the 3. Okay.
I think.
Might be right.
Bit of a pushback here from Boston. About time they woke up and did something.
Yeah. Maybe their best shift of the night or second best.
How did Pasternak get that pass to the?
Wow.
Good save there by
A lot of bodies there. A lot of traffic here
just
too.
wagoning round in the offensive zone. That's where Paster's at his best, isn't he? Doing all this kind of stuff. Patience, just sussing out the lay of the land.
This shift right there from Boston, that reminded me of Dallas yesterday. Dallas lets one get away from them with Minnesota winning in overtime, where I thought Dallas was the better team. But then there was a game earlier in that series where Minnesota was taking it to Dallas, and Dallas ended up winning. This is what it looked like yesterday with Dallas against Minnesota. Boston here again, back-to-back shifts.
Whilst Boston are wheeling and dealing, Dan, what goal are you talking about? And I can refer to my footballing expert friends. At the moment, I'm not too. I'll just give you quickly, Dan. I'm not too worried because I'm a Leeds fan. That obviously we just got knocked out by Chelsea. Whatever, as long as we stay up, it's fine. And I'm more concerned, to be honest with you, about Palermo in the Serie B in Italy because I want them to get promoted.
Dan, the Panthers have taken years off my life, especially doing content, but even as a fan. That 22-23 year, covering every game, the playoff run. Alex Lyon dragging the Panthers to the playoffs, going 7-2 down the stretch. That took years off our life. Even our very own John Acosta, anthem singer, I think, said the same words as me.
Do you know what?
I don't think John Acosta has recovered from that season, Ben. I think he's still like stressed and.
Is there a stoppage, or are they just no pressure on him? What's going on?
There is a stoppage there. The clock's not.
Was there a delayed penalty or something?
Well, the clock wasn't going there. So was there? I think I have to check. At least on the TNT bug, I saw it frozen there for 2-3 seconds.
It wasn't frozen. He just stopped with a puck.
I didn't think the clock was moving, Ben. I looked at it for 2 seconds.
That was weird.
I don't know. That was weird. Okay.
Yeah, but anyway, I've said it before and I'll say it again. You all know what took years off my life. Game 7. Wow, and the lead up to
Not
Game
even
7.
The lead up to Game 7, 2024.
Oh my God.
Man.
That still gives me nightmares.
I want to upload Game 6 post game from the 24 Stanley Cup Final just to listen to all the callers. We had one caller at a time. It was something else. That was probably one of the toughest things I had to do for content, to be live right after that game.
What am I missing with Beef Cat? Is he saying about Barkov, Swag, Mackie, Bennett? What am I missing?
I'll get to the chat.
Oh, okay.
Period's flying.
Who's the 5 best skaters on the Panthers and then the 5 worst? Just a fun question. Oh, okay. Well, we all know Chucky's in the 5 worst.
The worst skaters, Ekblad, Matthew.
Chuck.
Trying to think anyone else.
Honestly, I don't know how anybody's Forsling is going to be up there for me, for sure.
After Ekblad and Matthew on the worst side, what a big hit. This is going to start scrum.
Were people crashing out as Edmund Tyson? I didn't right. Crashing out, you need to define that, but I was losing my marbles when that happened.
After Ekblad and Kachuk, I'm not sure. It kind of evens out.
Swerving, I honestly didn't know what to think when Edmonton tied that series up. I was going crazy to my dad on the phone about it. I know that for a fact.
I don't know. Gadjevich, Adonis would be in there. Lusto, I don't know. It's Kulikov still skates decent for his age.
Did you set the post?
Yep, a lot of space on that far side.
That's geeky.
Uh,
They didn't close him down.
yeah, I think so. Down there, 29, 39.
Oh, this guy took a run at. Losing it with anger. Yes. Yeah, it was.
Oh, Buffalo running into each other. I don't know how Boston didn't get a chance there. Wow.
Honestly, I don't know how Boston hasn't scored in the last 2 or 3 minutes. They've been pushing big time. But they just haven't got the right chances. They've been doing well down low, but they haven't just seemed to connect that final thing together. And that doesn't help either. Chipping into the zone.
Penalty here, I think.
Did they call that? Why?
I don't know if they're calling interference or hold there. Did lose his stick. Put it in. I think it's a penalty. I'll have to take another look. We won't get a look. We're going to commercial here. 4:01. 4-0 Buffalo.
Whap, whap. Yeah.
That was a long play without stoppage there.
Be aware that there are plenty of Canadian hockey fans that don't buy into the Canada.
Yeah, I think Swervin's going to have to explain this. I'm going to speak on it a lot on the Brady Tkachuk front because the fans are coming from south of the border and saying, well, Brady, it's not his fault. It is Brady's fault. He's the captain of Ottawa, and he was awful in the series. It has nothing to do about Canadian fans or Canadian media. You need to play better. So that's the part I'll say on that. There's going to be a lot of narratives driven up from this Ottawa stuff, from the Edmonton. If you guys were talking about Edmonton in the chat, Connor McDavid has not been good last playoffs and to end last playoffs, and he was not been good to start this playoffs.
Well,
so
funny,
he hasn't been good for 2-3 series now in the Stanley Cup playoffs. So is this the new Connor McDavid, Ben?
Well, I've been looking at him in the last couple of series, and I'm like, is he what he's supposed to be?
Because sometimes Leon Draisaitl was carrying Edmonton in the final last year.
Yeah, he was.
Corey Perry had moments in the final last year.
Yeah.
I don't remember McDavid cooking the Panthers.
Is he kind of Mitch Marner-esque in the play? No, maybe not. Not.
No, don't go that far.
Not that far, but
But he's not committing to the defensive side of the game, Ben. He's not he's turning pucks over and people are like, well, he's injured. Well, I still see him skating hard in the offensive zone. I still see him pressing for offense. But Anaheim's just staying in front. And Anaheim, they're young. They're just like, okay, we're going to wall you off. We're going to push you off. You're not going to get that ice that you're accustomed to, right? And Draisaitl line has been carrying Edmonton to the point of where they're at right now, down in the series 2-1. So look, people can say he's hurt or whatever. They can make excuses for Brady. How about play and perform,
Look, don't get me wrong in there. People like Connor McDavid, whether you're a fan of the team or not, watching his highlight reels are spectacular as a hockey fan. However, some of that stuff does not translate into the playoffs.
And we have seen that at the ultimate level of a Stanley Cup final where other fans are like, what are you talking about? Well, we can tell you. We've seen him for 2 straight Stanley Cup finals. And he won the Conn Smythe the first year. Guess what? He put up a lot of points against the LA Kings. Panthers also shut him out for 3 games in that series. How do you win the Conn Smythe if you get 0 points in 3 games in 7-game series? It's not a finals award is what you're going to tell me? Okay, fine. But there was games where he was not present, So, again, I've watched Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky, Ben, Jaromir Jagr. I've watched some great players in the game of hockey.
Those are guys.
I'm not just sitting there like, wow, McDavid. McKinnon has gone off in playoffs. Look at what he's done in playoffs. So, again, I just don't gush over McDavid. You can say it's the Calgarian in me, the Panther fan in me, but I'm just like, Leon Draisaitl doesn't get the respect he deserves, I feel. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I kind of see that.
What's McDavid without Draisaitl? It's always what's Draisaitl without McDavid? What's McDavid without Draisaitl? they would be losing the series right now 3-0 if Draisaitl wasn't playing.
And I think ordinarily I'd probably be more of a Leon guy. But I think the rivalry over the last, I'm just like,
has changed. Yeah, he's done some things. I know, I understand.
I just don't care now.
But I just think, like, people talk about Malkin not getting respect. Look at Draisaitl's numbers in the playoffs.
However, like I always think, because as you know, Kirby, when if I go to arenas and watch games, I will buy that team's jersey. Call me what you will, I don't care. It's
I get that from a perspective of being overseas, and
I'm a hockey fan at heart. It's
you're never gonna be there again. You're grabbing that in that one moment. I
right.
get.
It's a souvenir that I can hang up in my wardrobe and say, "Yep, I was there." Da 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 da. Same with these t-shirts.
Makes sense. It makes sense.
Whole thing. Like now, I wouldn't do that for obviously soccer purposes, but anyway. So
that's where it stops with you. Yep, that makes sense too. Cross ice there. Line looked like
that was a great pass. There's passing that again. See you doing that, passing that thing.
This has been Boston's period, but the score is still 4-0.
But I always think to myself, right, if I was to go to Edmonton and get a jersey, whose jersey am I going to get? And it would be McDavid's.
Is that because you like the superstar player, or that's the player that like you feel like that jersey is defined by that type of thing?
Both.
I'm not a big superstar fan. I didn't buy into the whole Crosby and Ovechkin thing, and maybe we look back now and like, wow, that era was something, and it's
got to get that merch. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, being a hockey fan over here, you just got to go and like.
Yeah, I understand that from your guys' perspective. Hey, same people would do the same thing if they went to watch European football, soccer overseas. They would go and pick up like what would you call it, a scarf, maybe the kit.
Yeah, well, whatever they're into,
Right. So
like
that makes
some guys do the whole like, yeah, let's get a jersey and.
I bought a Sweden jersey for international competition. When the World Juniors this year, I bought different nation stuff. So I understand that.
But yeah, it's some of it sort of hangs pride in place. Do you know what I mean? 'Cause it's cool stuff, cool memories,
Ian Urban says, I've seen Draisaitl. He gets criticized from the 24 Stanley Cup final. He was dealing with a rib cartilage injury and a wrist injury. 2 injuries. But people are like, well, don't make excuses for him. I'm not making excuses, but you saw what Draisaitl did last year in the Stanley Cup final versus what he did when he was injured. Night and day difference. Ben, he was taking control of that final last year through the first 2-3 games. So again, like that's the player that he is, right? And I know Matthew Tkachuk has been banged up and different things like that. I understand. But I also saw what Matthew Tkachuk looked like when he wasn't playing well. And then when he turned it up in the Carolina series, it's like, okay, is he getting a little bit more healthy? And you saw like that difference in his game. So you got to look at that, like through these long playoff. You got to look at that with the Stars. You got to look at that with the Hurricanes. Hurricanes have been pretty blessed. I don't think the Hurricanes have had to deal with the injuries that the Edmonton has to. Florida has had to. Dallas, I'd have to think on that. Dallas has missed Miro Heiskanen, so they've missed, key guys in their lineup.
Oh,
that did catch the crossbar post area there.
Okay, so.
Stanley.
I'll answer Swervin's one quickly. Would I prefer a McDavid Edmonton jersey or Canada one? Probably Edmonton, to be honest. I'd probably go with. Would I go with Canada? I'd either lean towards a Panther because obviously it's more of a, pride thing for us for a Canada one, or maybe Sid. If I was going to get Canada, I'd say he's more iconically for me a Canadian, hockey player because of the Olympic goal and that kind of thing and all that kind of jazz. So probably that's where I would lean to go. And Adonis says, yeah, that's where I was getting to, Kirby. You guys think this postseason will determine Bouchard's chances of winning the Norris? Not being a Bouchard hater, but he's been objectively awful by hockey standards these playoffs. I'm for Rowensky. Now, yes, I'd go. I'm for Rowensky anyway, because I think what he's done in Columbus has been fantastic. And he's kind of finally getting to that player without all, injuries and all that sort of stuff he's gone through. Now he's that guy. However, I don't think the playoffs should determine is Bouchard's chances of getting a Norris. It's not based on playoffs, and it never should be. So, if he has a stinker in the playoffs, that's by the by. It should damage his chances if, obviously, whatever happens, of him winning the Conn Smythe. That's playoffs for me.
Yeah, and I don't think that should damage his chances next year moving forward. I think maybe what like Adonis is indicating, because he probably knows, it's a regular season award. So, again, that shouldn't. But Jersey Jim Behringer, yesterday on After Dark, people are not going to like his vote when it comes to Evan Bouchard, because Jim's allowed to vote on the NHL awards. So he can't really divulge right now. He told me off air. But he's like, people aren't going to like where I kind of placed him on the ballot. But he's a very polarizing player, Ben.
He is, absolutely. Oh, yeah, I'm fully aware that, people know it's a regular season award. But I know some people imply that their postseason performances do have an effect on this kind of
now they have to have their votes in beforehand, so it won't. But subconsciously moving forward, looking at it next year, like you could look at Evan Bouchard and look at the playoffs and like, oh my goodness, he's put up Paul Coffey like numbers. But I don't think that's allowed voters to really have a biased viewpoint, Ben, of looking at him the following year. They're looking at him in the regular season and looking at some of the holes and deficiencies he does have in his game. And then you could say otherwise, well, the points that he puts up on the positive side. So. And I the whole debate of the offensive defensive award for defensemen, I'm not just all for arguing that. I think if you're a good defenseman, you're a good defenseman, period. I think the problem with Bouchard is the deficiencies at times can outweigh the positives, and that's what hurts him in a ballot, where some people might have him third, some might have him fifth, some people might not even have him in the top 10, which maybe that's disrespectful because he should be there. So again, I think the votes are going to be all over the place for Bouchard.
Cody, maybe I'm the overtime luck charm. Explain, because I'm not going to overtime, dude. No chance.
Well, everyone can't blame me just for the extra time now with the overtime. Kirby, you're out a different time zone, all these extra overtimes. So yeah, maybe I'm not the guy today. Cody also kind of jinxed it the first one. He's like, Tampa, Montreal, I think it's going to go overtime because we had a guest, Ben, Prospect Dawn. Make sure to check out that episode. If you guys have not, and you're not Panther fans, you're just hockey fans, check out that episode. It's not all Panther-centric. And I've also time-stamped it, so you can jump around on that episode. We had to leave the overtime stream, the first one, because we had our guest. And then, of course, it ended about 3-4 minutes into overtime, Ben. If we would have stayed on, it would have went all night.
Quick thoughts on that period, man. I think Boston had a lovely little pushback in there, but
they had really good zone time, Ben.
They're just a little those little final plays to just get them where they need to be. It's better watching it from there, but
no.
It makes a more entertaining game. For me, obviously, I don't want to see them score.
Yeah, I'm not rooting for Boston in any form, and I do have Buffalo as my pick too. So
one of the major reasons why I don't want them to score because I don't want to go to OT.
Ben, anything else on the way out? We're going to go to break. I'm going to go grab another snack here.
I have a quick scan of the chat. As a Forsling star along with Carly, should we be worried about his goal production after tying his career low this season? Remember, we had 4 consecutive years of double digits. I'm not worried. As I'm not worried about the entire season, to be honest, because of the way it went. If it was next year and we're all healthy, kind of. But he's got a ripping shot as well, and he should start using it a lot more. But I am not worried in the slightest about pretty much anyone on our team except for Mackie, to be honest with you. So,
just going through the chat. I'll try to go through it as we get back here. If you guys leave stats closer to the start of the third, we'll put it up. I'll try to scan as high up as I can go when we do come back, but there's a little bit of a break there. Sometimes can lose the chat here on the StreamYard side. So, yeah, just let us know stats when we return. I wanted to know the turnovers from Boston, too. If you guys can find that on Money Puck, that would be great. Help us out there in the chat. See Cody in the chat there. Stay tuned to the Cats and Rats for upcoming schedules. Make sure to turn your notification bell on. You guys will know when we're live for different games. Sometimes we have to work our schedules. It's very fluid, so we don't know which games we're going to do. We're trying to plan the week ahead here. We're doing it like 1 week at a time here. So you guys stay tuned on that. Stay tuned in our members chat as well. Appreciate all the donations, all the thumbs up, all the new subscribers. We'll be back for the third period between the Buffalo Sabres, Boston Bruins. It remains 4-0 like it did after the first, 4-0 after the second. We'll be back for the third. Thanks, everyone.
What's going on, guys? It's Big C's in the house. Waiting for the rest of the guys to come back on.
I was wondering why everything reset when I came down here. I'm like, Cody? I'm like, nope, C's. I don't know why it does that when you guys come in. It does, like, it cancels everything. How's it going?
It reset everything?
It resets everything, yeah.
You know what it is? It's because
it had different banners on the screen.
It's because you and I are admins, and when I did my last show, I think that's why
but it does it every time you and Cody come in, whatever I set up.
Yeah, so because you guys are coming in as admins, and I come in as an admin.
What I'm saying, Caesar, you're not hearing me. What I'm saying is when Cody comes in, it'll reset everything I do, not just what you're doing. What Cody's doing, I'll be on the screen. It'll reset everything. So I'm like, I think my setting has to change. If we can figure that out, that would be good.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's early to set everything up, and then it doesn't even matter when things reset, right? So I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah, right? No, I understand.
Yeah.
So sorry,
we're behind on the game, Caesar. So you're gonna have to sync with us. So or Ben's feed. So we're just at puck drop right now. At 56, 55, 54, 53. Where are you at, Caesar?
Putting it on now. Give me a second.
Hold on. Keep an eye on that.
You know how you feel like you have to sneeze, but you don't know if you're gonna sneeze?
You have that feeling right now.
Yep. What's going on, Die Hard? Dan? And our boy Ben?
C's, how's it going?
What's going on, bud? How's your roller hockey going?
It's going. Yeah, it's not too bad. We've got our last games of the season in 2 weeks, but I'm missing them unfortunately because I'm going to Italy. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's not been too bad. I've been throwing the numbers over to Kirby, and he's been addressing my stats.
I did that the one day there. Yeah.
My clock is at 19:12. Let me know when you guys get there.
Oh, I'm at 19:06. 5, 4, 3,
2, 1, 0.
Oh, yep. You guys are 19. Damn, why are you guys so ahead?
We're waiting.
I would be behind.
No, I'd be about a minute ahead. Do we need to pause it for 5 seconds, Caesar?
18:49, 48, 47, 46.
We're about 3 seconds ahead.
Yeah, 3 seconds ahead.
41, 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, 33. All right. Thank you, guys. Adonis, what's going on, bro? I'll keep an eye on the chat, Kirby, so you don't have to do it here in the third period.
Oh, that's good. We're just talking. So, Ben, I wanted to say earlier what we were saying. Fans, like, I just get this, like, enjoy what you're going through. So right now we're low stress. Enjoy the low stress. Next year it'll probably pick up again.
Oh yeah.
Enjoy the moment you live in, not what was last year.
Hey,
what was year. That's
what I've been saying.
Enjoy the moment you're in now. Like
I said it in Spaces 2 years ago, right? When people started coming at me about Barkov, I was like, guys, enjoy the moment. Like, because you never know what we're ever gonna do this again. So.
No, I'm talking like more Caesar, like on the low stress to high stress. Everyone is like, well, I want like Panther hockey back. Well, do you want the high stress back? Because that's what comes with it. Enjoy the low stress now of not having a dog in the fight, Ben.
I'm enjoying actually watching the playoffs where it is at the moment, which I think for a lot of other people.
I'm on the other side where it's like I haven't gotten into it. I haven't I've tried to watch, but I just haven't gotten into it.
So normally, Caesar, I'll use a Britishism on you, and I think Kirby should be able to translate because I've said this before. normally what happens is I'll throw my toys out of the pram and be like, hockey's done, I'm done, and just like lose my shit over it. Whereas now, I'm like, no, it's all good. Hockey's fine. Hockey's where it is. So I will enjoy these playoffs for what they are. And I will be knowing this, riding on the back of the fact that there's a reason why we're not in it. It's not like we were bad or we were awful. There was a big reason for why we weren't in it. So,
Yeah. I'm not saying, Caesar, again, I'm not disagreeing with your perspective or your side, but it's the fans that live in these high emotions, whether it's down or up. And I just think, like, enjoy this now. It's low stress. You don't have to worry about too much because, like, again, it does get to me, Cody and Nick, when certain people are aggravated at times when we're, you know, in these situations where right now it's like we don't have people screaming at us or yelling at us or, you know, in a certain state of influx, right? And it's like what we have had is we've been very blessed with 3 Stanley Cup finals. Again, this is not the norm. So we make the playoffs next year. It might not play out that way, right? So again, people, like, you gotta expect that and understand that. And I think the people that don't are the ones that live in the roller coaster of emotions. And Caesar, I can't be with that. So that's the thing. And you know, we yell at our own guy Nick when he gets up and down on stuff. We yell at him. We get right back at him on that stuff.
Hey, how often do I get to sit here with like a, you know, 2 teams logos kicking around? You know what I mean?
I was gonna say, who are you really rooting for? You're just like, whoever wins.
Yeah, I just want good hockey. Same as the Olympics. I mean, I don't really want Boston to win because it's Boston, but you know.
Yeah.
Did your guys' screen go off?
Nope. I got TNT on Sportsnet. It's not gone off.
Yeah, I got
nice,
TNT.
My screen just went back.
That might be on your end, unless you're jumping ahead of us here. We're at 1650 right now for everyone in the chat.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it's not. Let me reset my app.
Don't tell me you're using the same thing as Nick. Nick, we have been out of sync with Nick the whole playoffs.
But I've always been good with you guys. Remember, it's just
you've only been on for 1 overtime, I think.
But with all the streams, the Olympics and all that.
Previously.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm at 1633 to 1.
I'm at 16, 17,
15,
14.
Yeah, I can't forward it either, so.
Oh.
Which is weird.
Something happened with Ben's then. Yeah, I haven't touched mine today because Ben, I'm probably about a minute behind on mine.
Die Hard, you're always ahead of us. Make sure you do not spoil anything.
Yeah, I can't forward it. 1607, 1605, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Do you want us to pause it for you?
16.
Because you were with us. What happened?
No idea.
I hate when these commercials come on because sometimes we each have different commercials. So it's. What if you change the channel and go back to it? Maybe it'll reset.
I'll try. Hang on.
I think if you do get it reset, Ben, we'll be at the same time because I'm at your marker.
I'm streaming, so.
So what? I haven't been watching the first 2 periods. What? Buffalo's just dominating.
Yeah, the first period. I'm 15-34 with a face-off.
Yep.
Right.
No.
Now.
Yep. Buffalo counterattack. Hey, if some of these teams could counter like Buffalo, then they would be in different parts of the series too. You know,
a lot of pace in Buffalo's game and like quick decision making in the defensive zone.
You know, I'm pretty, from what I've been watching, I've been pretty impressed with Buffalo's physicality. Like, being a young team, I didn't think they were going to be this physical.
Yeah, they've added some guys into the mix. That's a pretty good, as we mentioned, with Doan and Benson over the last 2 years here.
Are you guys surprised with their goaltending?
Their goaltending really hasn't been challenged today, if we're speaking on today. But the line has made some nice saves. They've made the change to him, so they've already changed goalies. I think that's going to be the question for Buffalo.
Right.
They flip-flop goalies back and forth. I'm not 100% saying Lions got the net from here on out. If they're going like past Boston, and he might get pulled from Tampa, Montreal. I'm high on Tampa Bay and Montreal, so I think Buffalo can play with them because of their defense. They were showing like their range between the periods with Owen Powers' stick range.
Whoa!
Wow.
Wow, Ben, you're ahead of us.
Off the deflection.
Okay, that was a good shot from the point.
Malenstein, I want to add, I picked him to score today in the Tim Hortons lineup, so points for me there.
Just them winning those stick battles and keeping it in the zone.
Just while watching the replay, yeah.
What
Dan,
a freaking play.
Dan, I'm absolutely with you.
Ben, check for me what Charlie McAvoy is. Is he about -3 right now? -4? Yeesh.
Charlie McAvoy.
I'm going to go -3, I think.
He hasn't been playing well.
Nope. No, he is not.
Wow, wide open in the slot.
Whoa.
Shot block.
Charlie.
I feel like Buffalo, from what I'm seeing, Boston's just standing around.
Oh, lost his edge there.
Charlie McAvoy. You're wrong.
-4?
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, Peak and Zadorov, they were on the ice for the other one, I guess.
I tell you what else is.
And they're all even strength, Ben, because that one ended at the end of that power play, right?
Lindholm, Harris, and then Aspero, is it? Is that how you pronounce it?
Aspero?
He's -4.
Okay, wow.
What a goal.
Well, the Bruins fans were booing at the end of one. I don't know what's going to happen at the end of this game.
I didn't even see that because I was looking at the stats.
I know I missed one too, Ben, earlier.
Some things that I don't normally do. Look at stats.
But just watching this period, and it could be just this period. I don't know what happened in the first two.
That's easy stuff, isn't it?
They just look like they're just standing around Boston. They're not.
Whew.
It's easy hockey. It's easy when it's played like that.
Alex Tuck 6-0.
It's like, damn, you're in the fucking playoffs.
It's an easy game when it's played like that.
Well, I know, Caesar, you backed Boston to make the playoffs.
Yes, I didn't
I didn't want them in the playoffs for. I didn't think it would get this bad, but for this type of reason, I thought like Columbus, Ottawa, those different teams, I was like more intrigued by than like, okay, if Boston can't find depth scoring and can't keep up with the teams in the Atlantic, which they're in the Atlantic pod, that does not help them, by the way. I'm like, this could be. I had Buffalo in 6, and I picked 6 because of their lack of inexperience. It could be 5. Now, guys, we were in this spot in 22-23 against Boston on the other side of the equation. Yeah. Battle back to beat them. Does Boston have that chance? I don't know. But
no, because I think our games were a lot closer than those games, too.
We
didn't look good in games 3 and 4 against Boston that year. We were getting the doors blown off us.
Absolutely a Devils fan, yes.
What's that?
Am I a Cardiff Devils fan? Yes, I am.
Oh, no. No, I Caesar, if you look back to that game 3 and 4 against Boston, they were like, Ben, can you side with that? They were like rolling over us.
I don't remember, honestly. I'd have to go back.
Again.
Boston was rolling over us in game 3 and 4 on home ice on Panther. It was not turning into be any type
of. You're right. Because I think game 5, is that the game we won
in
Yeah,
over.
they were.
right? Game 5. That was before my surgery, so that was the last home game, I think.
Based off. So yeah, so you saw games 3 and 4. Games 3 and 4 were not pretty on home ice.
No.
Yeah, they were, because I remember it well, because
Yeah, because I remember. You're right. Because
We
I
couldn't even
remember.
had a power play up.
Well, because 3 and 4, I think. Sierra and I were like, damn, because she kept coming to the games with me, her and Shauna. And Sierra's like, damn, Caesar, I keep coming to these games with you. I have like the worst luck, So
I don't. That's a President's Trophies Bruins team. It's like, well, this might be the end of the road. And played a lot better in Boston. Won game 2. Game 1 wasn't bad. Alex Lyon was not good, and then they went to Bob. Panthers played their best game early in that series in game 2, which I think Boston can kind of say the same in this series. But yeah, they've not been good here on home ice. And like they said, Boston's only advantage in this series has been period 2, Ben. They allowed 0 goals last period. So
yeah, it was period 2. But when you say home ice, don't you mean Amaret Bank Arena 2.0?
Yeah, BB&T Center. What else?
Oh,
You want all
the National Car Rental
FLA
Center.
Live. What?
It was the National Car Rental Center.
Yep, Office Depot Center.
Boston. I'm sort of saying Boston's home ice is BB&T Amaret Bank 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
Look at this. Swayman yelling at his guys.
He was.
I would.
Swayman's done. Corpusalo.
I do miss going to the games and hearing people chant Swayman. Ooh, the Braves
I was
won.
looking on Google over in the week for reasons, and if you have a look on Google, it still says BB&T.
Does it?
Yeah,
That's freaking crazy.
it says it on my Google anyway.
It's crazy because BB&T Bank got bought out by Truist.
Oh, different bank. Okay.
Yeah, because I've had BB&T. That was my bank. And then it became Truist. So, and I still have them.
Is Truist Bank on any arenas, stadiums around?
Yes. Baseball arena for the Atlanta Braves, actually.
Braves. Okay. Wow.
So it's crazy. They went from my Panthers to my Braves.
That is wild. We're at 11:30 mark here. 6-0 Buffalo.
Did you guys talk about the Senators yesterday and them being eliminated? Kind of what you and I talked about. Has anybody?
Yeah, briefly.
I don't know about in the chat. We've been talking about Edmonton in the chat. Who else did we talk about in the chat, Ben?
Toronto, obviously.
Toronto came up. Yeah, we haven't in the chat today, but a lot on the Senators yesterday. And I wanted to talk to Jim about that yesterday because I know that'll be the news cycle this week. And we wanted to cover Edmonton a little bit because they're playing tonight again.
I'll be watching that game. And then there's a game here coming up at 5 o'clock.
Yep.
4:30, actually, right?
LA and Colorado. I'm going to be tuning in on the Montreal-Tampa one if I'm not on that one. That's 3-0.
Oh, now they decide to start pushing and shoving. Too late, boys.
And they decided to finally wake up.
It's too late to be like, oh, I'm going to be annoyed about this game now. It's too late for that.
What do you guys think of the Colorado series so far?
I haven't caught much of that.
I haven't been home most of the night, so I've caught probably only about a game and a half of that. But Forsberg's been good in net for LA, so they've played low scoring to what you have to do. Because if you let Colorado open it up, then it's curtains. So I give credit to LA there, but they don't have a lot with Fiala out. They're not getting a lot of goal production, which is kind of expected with them getting in.
And we did say that
LA's like the Boston out west. I didn't want to really see the Kings again, and I didn't want to see this version of the Bruins, to be honest with you.
Die Hard thinks that they will sweep today. They could.
Yeah,
They have a chance.
I should have picked a sweep. I picked Carolina in 5 and Colorado in 5. Those were my short series. I did not see the Philly one.
Another good save by Lion.
Oh, wow.
Did he get a piece of that, or?
Whoa.
Wow. Took a hit in the corner there.
Ooh, that's not good. He's down.
They call a penalty on that. No, they haven't.
I think so.
Oh, he might have.
Did they?
He's up. He's up. He's up. I think he might have just slipped.
I'm not sure. Let's see on the replay. He might have got
Yeah,
ran.
let's see. Let's see.
It's a hit. It's a hit. I don't know if
He was off balance, so I don't know if that was an egregious hit.
that's all
Oh,
right.
look who it is. It's McAvoy.
Poof. Oh.
That was a good hit. A little bit too late, but
Oh, like it was in the first period.
No, I think Caesar means too late in the game. That hit there wasn't late.
yeah,
Like
not as like late, like the puck wasn't there late.
The one that he did in the first period was very late hit, Ben.
Goon. Who said that? The only redeeming quality about Charlie McAvoy at the moment is what I've seen with the gold medal celebration. That was cool. But apart from that,
Oh yeah, like as a person
was
hanging
cool.
out with him, he was really, really cool. He was and for him to like spot me and come over and say hi,
yeah, that's great.
I really appreciated that because like all these players are drunk and having fun and shit. So like for him to come over and say, "Hey, what's going on? I hate you," or no, he's like, "I love you, but I hate the Panthers." So no, that was really awesome.
All that stuff, but at the moment, his play on the ice has been not good.
Yeah, and I don't think anybody really questions his toughness, and because man, that guy has had everything bad happen to him these last couple of years.
It's not that; it's just his timing of the way he throws it around.
Here we go. It's a little break. Nice. Oh, but gotta shoot the puck there.
But yeah, just to jump back to your comment, Dan, yeah, good win for the Devils in the playoffs. Who's your team? I want to know. I'm interested.
And Leicester City got regulated again.
Yep. Bye-bye. I want Spurs to go down badly.
Dude, I haven't seen Leicester be this bad in a since what, 2010?
I want Spurs to get relegated. It should be hilarious.
I don't think you have to root for Tottenham Spurs to be relegated. Aren't they just a historically bad team?
They are now.
They are.
I remember in the 90s, this Toronto DJ, or even the 2000s, I think. He was a Tottenham Spurs fan, and he's like, they're just awful.
Have a quick scan at where they are in the Premier League, Kirby.
They're still in the Premier League?
Birmingham.
Are they in the
They're on the bubble?
championship division, or are they?
So Tottenham are in the Premier League, but hopefully not for very long.
They're in the bottom 4?
The bottom 3, mate.
Oh shit! How's Leeds? I know they were in the bottom.
Yeah, they're almost safe, I think. I think they need another mathematically not safe yet, but they're not looking to. But they lost today, though, against Chelsea. Manchester Storm. First time in the playoff final. So yeah. Oh, cool, yeah.
Hold on. There's a Manchester Storm, so there's a United, there's a City, and there's a Storm?
Huh.
I did not know about this Storm. Okay.
This Manchester Storm are ice hockey, Kirby.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dan went to some playoff games this year for
That's cool.
Hockey League.
That's very cool. I'd love to do playoff weekend up in Nottingham. It looks fun.
7 minutes to go here. We will end our overtime streak. Short of
Yay!
in the bench here for the Sabres.
Go on, Tage.
What a move. Ooh.
What a move. Jeez. That's what happens when you play the puck and not the man.
I thought of this. I don't know. I didn't say this earlier for the Dallas-Minnesota series. Maybe Jason Robertson has given a big FU to USA GM Bill Guerin for going off on the Wild this series. Because I'd be pissed.
Oh, reverse hit.
Reverse hit.
Now,
that hurt him. That stung him.
Depending on what happens on the Minnesota Wild Dallas series, if Dallas ends up getting eliminated, do you guys see Robertson resigning, or do you guys see him as being a big free agent?
Does he still have some term left?
This is his last year, I believe.
I didn't think he was a UFA this year. I don't think he's a UFA.
Maybe. Oh, he's not? I thought he was.
You have to pull it up on Puckpedia there. No, the big names right now are Alex Tuck, Mason Marchment. There's not a lot of names out there. What's the other guy on Jaden Swartz, I think? These are like the big name UFAs left.
All right, let me find out here.
You're the one that asked the question.
Yep, I'm looking.
I'm 95% certain he is not this summer. Might be the following year. I'm not sure. I don't know if they're going to make any big changes. It's a tough matchup with Minnesota. It's going to go 6 games, 7 games. I don't think just because they lose, they're going to make changes. I think both teams have shown up through 4 games.
Yeah,
Dallas
he's a free agent. Restricted free agent. So,
let me look.
Yeah, this is his last year on the contract. He's a restricted free agent after this year. And then he's an unrestricted free agent 2027, 2028. That's why I said, do you...
An RFA?
Yeah.
That the team holds the rights on RFA, though. That's not... the team has the power, Caesar, on that.
Yeah, I know that, but
football. Yeah.
But it's still a big year for him. Like,
if he asked to be traded, but I don't think he would ask to be traded in that situation. No,
just because I've been hearing a lot of things on the Cowboys radio side. They've been talking about it and stuff. So a lot of them think that he might be gone.
They do?
Yeah.
Who's going? Sorry?
Jason Robertson.
Really?
So he's an RFA in the summer, and then he's a UFA the following year. So
yeah,
what he would do is sign a bridge deal, I would feel, with Dallas, unless he came to some long-term extension. But I don't know, man. After the year he just had in the playoffs he's playing right now, I'd have a hard time seeing that. But
me too. I just brought it out there just in case.
No, because Tyler Seguin is on long-term LTIR. That's off the books. Jamie Benn is a free agent. He's only making $1 million right now. He's going to be retired or gone. So
they have a lot of cap space, I think, to be able to re-sign him.
Michael Bunting, $4.5 million of his is coming off the books. They've got money to sign him.
So they'll have about 21, and the cap going up, so they might have like about 25-30 million. So
I can't see them letting him walk. It would be some type of big trade where
that's what I'm saying. If they happen to not advance and he hasn't done enough to help them win, do you think they use him as a piece to maybe get something else?
But he has done enough, is my point. The regular season and the playoffs. Like, he should have been on Team USA.
Yeah.
Being one of the players. Like, look at the bottom of the screen here, Caesar. Here's the point totals going across the screen. He's right in there with Wyatt Johnson and all the guys there. So, like, it's been 4 games of the series. I think he's done enough to prove kind of his worth in play. And he's rebounded this year. He's played a lot better than he has over the last season or two. So,
okay. I haven't really watched much of Dallas. So
I don't see, like, that would be a good move for Dallas. Rope Hintz has been hurt for Dallas, too. They're missing him. which is one of their key players. So
How is Rantanen doing?
he's picked it up here the last game or two. He started a little slow. He's got 6 points or 5 points right now. So, yeah, again, he's putting up points in the playoffs where he has done that since
Now,
Colorado.
I know a lot of people are talking about Brady Tkachuk wanting Brady Tkachuk to Florida, but is Dallas a possibility of them maybe acquiring him, adding a piece for Robertson?
If that's the type of trade framework, that's something, yeah, probably Ottawa would ask back. I don't think Ottawa really loses that trade if they're Brady. Like, that could be a 1-for-1 deal or pretty darn close to that. I think Robertson might even be a year or two younger than Brady. I'm not sure, but
No, but not a 1-for-1 for Robertson. Asking like if Dallas would get Brady with Robertson, like just helping him out
well,
for next year.
that's now you're talking about a lot of salary, and you still got to sign Robertson. That's going to be $20 million there. So I don't think Dallas needs. Why does Dallas need Brady?
I'm just asking. I mean,
I don't. If I'm Dallas, I'm not like I'm paying all that for. I'm already paying Robertson. I'm paying Rantanen, and I'm paying another winger that much money. I'm not. To me, I'm not doing that as a winger. I'm like, strengthen the center of your ice. Buffalo trying to make it 7-0 there. What do you think on that, Ben? I'm just not like fans wanting wingers. It's just like it gets to an excess point to me.
Yeah, it does for sure. Like, I mean,
Brady can take some draws and do some stuff, but I don't know how much he changes. Like,
would he do? Like,
I think a team like St. Louis or a younger team.
yeah, and I think I agree with you on that. You and I talked a little bit about it last night. People want Brady Tkachuk to come to Florida, and I'm one of those guys that I personally don't think he's going to be a good fit in Florida. Number one, he wants to build his own legacy. I don't think he wants to play with his brother on the same team in the NHL level. They love playing with each other in the international level. Yeah, that's fine. But in the NHL level, he wants to make his own legacy. He wants to win the Stanley Cup on his own terms. I don't think if he comes to Florida, he's not going to be the guy that's like, oh, look, we won another Stanley Cup because of Brady Tkachuk. No, he's going to be viewed as, oh, he came to Florida just to win a Stanley Cup.
right.
And how is that going to be like? How is that going to be viewed for him? So, and he's a captain of the Ottawa Senators.
And Chief Cat, I think that's a little disrespectful to say, well, Ottawa's system was clinical this year. They were one of the best teams by metrics with Travis Green and everything they did there. Offensively, stopping chances defensively. They were good everywhere except in net. Then the playoffs hit, their best player was in net. So, like, what do you mean he's going to do better in our system? He's going to be on the second line. He's not going to be in a star role like he is in Ottawa. He's going to be our fourth best forward. And why am I paying him all that money for him to be our fourth, fifth best guy?
And the thing is, like, fans were upset last year, or fans wanted us to sign Bennett last year. We signed Bennett to the $8 million deal, right?
Now they want to pay another guy.
Now you want to pay a guy top tier dollar again to do the same thing what Bennett's doing?
And doesn't Brady make more money than Barkov? And I'm going to look, or it's pretty close. Let me look. Because everyone in Pantherland said no one can be paid more than Barkov. So why Brady? His last name is Tkachuk.
The thing is, though, like Brady in Florida, yes, it would be good for the romance of the whole thing, but for the
fans, yeah, maybe. But I don't even know if it'll be good in the fact, like, maybe him and
at 8.2, his contract will expire in a couple of years, which he'll want to pay grade.
Yeah, 8.2, and there's no way he's going to take less than that after his second contract.
Oh, here you go.
Last deal, I wouldn't think. Oh, the refs are trying to step into this game now. But I don't get it with an older Bennett. They kept Ekblad. Like, you've got a lot of money involved with these guys. Brady is 26 right now.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, well, Groovy. There's my third period violence.
There, yeah, you called for it, Ben. So
But yeah,
I don't think the refs had the best game here today. They allowed a lot of late hits going, and
at this point, I think just Boston's just all pissed off. And
Well, yeah, wouldn't you be? If you're on that.
oh, there's Pasternak in it there, Ben. As you said, doesn't really suit his game well.
Nope. Not at all. Is he going a bit bold on top?
But again, like I don't want to give up assets to a team in the division.
no,
Panther fans, if you think Ottawa's falling apart because they get rid of Brady Tkachuk, no, they've got a good team. They'd still be a playoff team.
Whoa.
What they brought in for Brady, I would think, would be a good deal to
Whoa.
keep them.
Minton's battered.
Like
Whoa.
Ottawa's better. Zadorov.
The league's got
That could be
that could be a suspension.
or a fine. It's going to be something. But Ottawa, I like Ottawa's team better than Boston's team that we're watching here today.
What a dick.
He is a dick in person too.
Zadorov.
Yes,
Doesn't
He
surprise me.
he plays in the Soplo League here, and he is, oh man, that guy's just.
I like Zadorov's game. I don't like when he gets into all the extracurricular stuff and that he necessarily needs to do that.
It's a little bit extra.
What, snapping your stick over someone's face?
Well, then he'll go and talk. He'll go talk in the box after. And look at Pasternak. He's got to be careful. Don't blow his knee there.
Minton's all battered up.
Bloodied up. Sometimes I think that's the visor coming down because these guys wear their helmets so loose spin.
Yeah, they do.
They get
It's
cut.
not very often you see a player's face getting all bashed in like that with all blood all over it these days.
And when a guy's punching you in the face, the visor comes down when you're in these scrums on the ground. You're probably getting cut from your own visor.
Yeah, because it rolls that way.
Yeah, rolls. And like they're trying to grab you from the back of the neck and stuff and punch you. Okay, now we're going to have a big delay here for these penalties. But if you look at Ottawa's roster, Tim Stützle, 24 years old. Dylan Cousins, 25 years old. Drake Batherson, 27. These guys aren't even in their prime yet.
But like you said,
Insane. That's insane. Excuse me, Mr. Darlene. Your face has appeared to have snapped my stick.
Pinto, 25. Zetterlund, 26. So, yeah, like Ottawa is just, entering prime of a lot of their guys. Their defense as well, Sanderson.
and like you said, I think St. Louis is a very good possibility of him going back home.
And I'm going to say this. I know what Ottawa did yesterday and how, they went out in a whimper. I don't think you take one guy off of that roster, it blows their roster up. They're going to be a good hockey team.
Good question by Cody. Who would you rather have in the Seth Jarvis or Brady?
Seth Jarvis.
Oh, Ben answered that quick. I'm a Seth Jarvis guy. I know where I'm going to be in the minority on that because of Brady's name. But look at Seth Jarvis playoff numbers. Pull it up, Caesar. Seth Jarvis playoff numbers. Pull up Anton Lundell's playoff numbers. Look at these guys, and they're, 24 years old?
Yep.
I like Seth Jarvis.
Yeah, look at how many playoff games he's played, Ben. It's got to be approaching 100. He's got good numbers overall in the playoffs, too. And Carolina just won a series without Aho and Jarvis really contributing much of anything offensively. That's got to be scary for.
How is Darlene still skating? Like the way he drove that stick through him, he should have put him to the ground. He didn't even move.
Got to see it again here.
He's just looking at it yeah, all right, yeah.
There we go. Seth Jarvis in the playoffs.
No. 5-minute power play for Buffalo to end this one.
5?
Yeah.
It should be a 10.
So 21-22, 14
Yeah.
games played.
Yeah.
Let's see, he's got 3 goals, 5 assists that year. Then the next year, 15 games played, 5 goals, 10 assists, plus 7.
Wow.
Arguably his best
That's a
playoff.
point per game
Yeah.
playoffs.
The year after that, 5-4, which is still pretty good, plus 2. Let's see, and 24-25, which was last year. Yeah, he was 16 points,
16. Wow. How many playoff games total there, Caesar?
59.
59 he's at.
59 total, and then 45 points total. So that's literally almost a little under a point per game.
But pretty good for, his position. And a lot of those games were early in his career, like whether it was his rookie year or just shortly after that.
All right, let's take a look at Anton Lundell.
And we got TJ. Is this TJ Sucksmore in the penalty box here trying to talk to the guy? Oh my God.
Yeah, it is.
It is him? What a gong show this game's been. Lundell should be similar to Jarvis with a few more playoff games, I think. So Lundell might be in the 70 range, 65.
Let's see here. All right. Sorry about that. There we go. So 77 total playoff games. And he's less. He's got 46 points. So he's less than Jarvis.
Little bit lesser role with Florida being on the third line. But
yeah.
Like,
but
look at all those playoff games.
The last 2 years has been really productive. So
the thing, going back to that whole question, like,
would you rather have Lundell for 5 or Brady for 8 million plus? I'll give you my answer. But go ahead, Ben.
I want to say, going back to the original question, like, I mean, yes, it would be fun to have like the two brothers playing on the same team, but I think productively, I'd want Seth Jarvis just for the different sort of player. Because like, you imagine like Bennett and the two Bash brothers, it would be a nightmare. It would be funny, but how long does that novelty last?
Well, Cody said he might be leaning towards Brady because of his higher ceiling.
I'm surprised by Cody's answer. I thought he was asking that to propose that because he's on the Seth Jarvis side.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's fine. If someone picks Brady over Jarvis, okay, fine. But I'm like, if you look at the numbers, like Caesar just showed, and you see what some of these guys have done, including one that's on our team that we continue to play down to his role and potential by having him on a third line, when does that change, And eventually down the road, you can maybe move Bennett to wing because I don't know if he's our 2C for the next half decade. Tuck, did that hurt Tuck? I don't know. Sometimes that hurts when you get that on the.
I wondered that. He looked like a bit of an oversell there.
A little bit of a sell. Who slashed him there?
I don't know. Some idiot.
I don't know who it was either.
Yeah, wow.
Some Boston goon.
This could turn into bad blood. Ben, you might have to tune in for 5 on replay or something because if it gets ugly.
I'll be watching Game 5 now.
This is the biggest blowout, I believe, of these playoffs to date. I think they go back with Swayman because that first period was not.
It wasn't his fault.
I'd be curious what he's got to say after this game to his teammates.
I wouldn't say anything. I just smack him all across the head.
Well, he was screaming at them when he left, so.
Yeah, well, I want to know what he says, like with the mic, or if he just goes, you guys saw what was out there today on to Game 5. Maybe he could say something like that. He could say, you guys saw there was only one team out there today on to Game 5.
Interesting. Do you think the Brady link or the Brady to Florida links would be there if it wasn't if his brother wasn't playing there? No, I don't think they would.
No, I think it's been all fan contrived and media contrived and different things.
Oh,
Wow.
well done, Watson.
Brick in the shutout.
Oh, there we go.
Boston's giving their team a Bronx cheer.
Wow, people in the chat are pissed about the Lion not getting a shutout.
Alex Lyon.
But yeah, no, I don't see the link there unless his brother's there.
No, and that's the part to me that doesn't make sense, that people just want it for that fact alone. Like, if you can give me more pluses than negatives to it, then I'm here to listen. But I have yet to hear it from anyone that's on the Brady Tkachuk side.
Okay, if hockey,
Guys, if you as a fan want to be entertained, sorry, I don't care about your entertainment value. I want my team to win, and I want my team.
And
to
that's the thing. Like,
I'm not
love,
here for everyone else. I'm
What
here
I was-
to entertain you on our stream, but for the
what I was gonna say was, if hockey was a Netflix drama, yes, I want him there.
yeah, that's a good answer. That's a good answer.
like a reality TV show.
Correct.
And it mattered more than what was happening on the ice. Okay. Fair.
And because we all know Brady Tkachuk is not this.
Hell, if Florida,
You and I.
Cody,
if the
Cody, I will.
Panthers,
Cody, I
if the
will.
Panthers were going to be relocated like they were 15, 20 years ago, and they want to do something like that, hell, bring them in, see what it stirs up. Maybe it creates some. But why now?
Cody, I will do that. So, for anybody who doesn't know, obviously we're all familiar with the Florida Carolina 4 OT game, yes?
I was in a coma, but I was told.
It was a tough transition.
Yeah, okay. I was in Sicily for that game, so I could not watch it. So annoyingly, I'm like, okay, let's go to bed, wake up, we'll find out what the score is. But I was going to try and, because I can look on the app and I can play the highlights without finding out the score. I thought, great, at least I can sort of get excited about when we score goals, etc. And I still won't know what the score is. Obviously, it's not the same, but it's still cool to watch that kind of way, and I still won't have any spoilers. So I wake up. I can't remember what time it was. Maybe it would have been 7 a.m. Italy time. And I go to look on the app, and I'm like, what? Where's the highlights? What's going on? And then I'm like, hang on a minute, is this game still going on? And I'm having to get to this point where I'm just texting people, like all you guys, and I'm like, is this game still going on? It ended up to the point, I think, where there was a bunch of us on Discord chat, I believe, and I'm in just disbelief. I'm like, guys, can you just jump on Discord and just explain to me what the hell is going on? And they're like, oh yeah, it's like 4 overtimes, and I'm like, oh my god. This could not. I'm just adamant there's something wrong with the app. Something's broke. Nope, the game is still going on at like 7 in the morning Italy time.
That's crazy.
It was insane.
I remember my friend Cam, when I finally woke up out of the coma and I was finally coherent. They showed me the video, and Cam's literally on the floor. Can you please end this game? I want to go to sleep.
Oh, I yelled at everyone, and I understand Cam's situation, helping being there with you and everything. But I was like, if we lose this game, we're not winning this series.
Lol at the low key flex of the. Oh no, I was in Sicily. Yeah.
Jose, how's it going, Jose? People are saying in the chat, Beef Cat trade Swaggy and a first round pick and Mackie.
No, you guys.
What you think that's the best trade offer out there?
Like, honestly, do you think Ottawa's going to be like, yeah, give me Swaggy and Mackie and first round pick? Are you crazy?
I think
this isn't fantasy hockey, guys.
Yeah. And you're telling Verhaeghe to waive his no trade clause, then I can go to
you
Ben.
think Verhaeghe's going to want to go?
I could go to Bennett and Ekblad and say, hey, waive your no trade clauses that you guys shouldn't have got last summer. So it turns into that whole scenario if you go down that path. then I think that's a path of no return, right? And you could keep Verhaeghe and have Lundell as your 2C. Why are we keeping Bennett? You know?
Okay, so who are you worried about on our team long term? Skater, not goalie. He can be pace, age, potential decline. I would say probably Ekblad.
Ekblad.
Yeah.
Easy answer. And I've got Bennett and Marchand in them.
I'm not so worried about Marchand as much as probably Bennett.
That's a bold take. What happened with Marchand this year? I wonder what he looks like next year and what version of himself is he moving forward.
I think he'll be better just because if everybody's healthy.
Better.
I think,
he was incredible to start the season.
No.
All right. Let me backtrack. I don't mean stat wise. I think he'll be better off as not as injured. We had him do too much this year. He had to be more of the guy this year. If everybody's healthy, he can be in his role of the third line guy or maybe second line guy.
I understand that, Caesar, but he has accumulation of some injuries now piling up, and he's getting another year older.
Which is why I feel like reducing his minutes next year by having healthy guys will help that. That's what I'm trying to say.
It gives you a chance, but I'm still wondering on it. I understand what you're saying. Gives you a chance.
Yeah, I mean,
but everyone like, well, we had our injuries this year. We're not going to have any net. That's not how.
No, I'm not saying that's going to happen.
So it's like that.
I'm more.
Other fan bases aren't going to hear the injury reason next year. I don't even know if some of them are hearing it this year, but they ain't going to listen to that next year. So
I am more hopeful.
We have to be prepared for that. When you have older hockey team, you got to have guys. We got to have a deeper roster. And you guys learned with the Charlotte Checkers. That's not as what you guys all expected, being eliminated already in the first round of the playoffs. So we need to have a deeper roster when you talk about organizational depth and things like that.
And us having another first-round draft pick is going to help us, whether it's a rookie or whether it's using that piece for another guy potentially coming on.
That's what Cody, Nick, and I said. That asset is critically important. Whatever you use it for, we need that.
Goalie.
So I'm actually hopeful, and I think I'm not worried as much as you on Brad. I'm more worried about the Bennett Ekblad side of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially because I feel like if Brad does miss a few games or we have guys that can fill in. We don't have defensively back there for Ekblad, right? Where it's like if he goes out, then it's like, fuck, what do we do?
But you got to move Jones up, and then you got to move other guys. Just the problem in those other guys up.
Yeah, that's what worries me more.
That's why I need to go get a defenseman this summer.
And it doesn't even necessarily have to be just Ekblad. What about Seth Jones too? I mean, if he goes out again, then
that guy has to move up for Seth Jones if you're not drafting a defenseman.
So,
which we might not get one of those guys that's NHL ready right now. So we might not even have that as an option.
But that's where I'm more for trading that pick to get a ready guy now, a guy that's ready to play.
Yeah, I'd have to hear the names on.
I agree. I'm more leaning towards a goalie if this whole thing with Bob goes sideways.
And we haven't even got into the goalie thing, which is...
Yeah, which people are saying that Bob and Florida are not in good terms. I haven't heard it from my people, but I don't know.
Jim is confident that Bob's coming back by 70% or more. So that's coming from...
Well, we shall see.
Yeah. Anything else, gentlemen? Ben, anything? Thank you for joining us today here for the entire stream. Caesar, thank you for...
No problem. I'm going to say this. I know this person is not in this chat, but for the people who don't know, I don't know if you know Caesar, but it was an absolute pleasure to meet one of our community members this week.
Yeah.
It was in Miss Carly Fatsville.
Carly.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Absolute sweetheart.
She's awesome. She's really awesome. Every time I run into her in the arena, she's really, really cool.
Oh.
With Die Hard too. Die Hard.
Carly's been an ambassador for the Cats and Rats community. Everyone attending the games live. She's always getting together and getting everyone organized and helping them out. And even fans that don't live in the area, mailing stuff to them and things like that. So shout out to Carly there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, like she's an absolute sweetheart. Like I say, we speak all the time anyway, but it's actually, to meet one of the people, like, it's so cool, man. And it's just, to think that the hockey team that I chose to follow, like 20 plus years ago for no reason, and then all of a sudden then I'm meeting people, and especially someone like Carly, and then who obviously is a season ticket holder. There's a massive stand in the Panthers community as well. Like, so, it's just mental how things work.
Yeah,
out.
like Cats and Rats community, Ben, we were all brought together just from our love of our hockey team. We had no allegiances, friendships coming into this, didn't know each other, and to see where it's growing now is something else, right? Oh.
Man, I met you, Kirby, through Spaces. So
yeah,
and now it's been 3 years now, and
that's how I'm here.
And we've been streaming ever since. So it's an awesome community, and appreciate you guys bringing me in as well. And it's been fun.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and just having that crossover from the post-game Spaces to now here on the YouTube side family, and then some of you kind of converging to both. Some of you now that have met us on YouTube are coming over on Spaces when we're over there. We're not over there as often because we're over here a lot more, but when we're over there, you guys are jumping over there. So we appreciate you guys jumping on over there. I know we would like to have our Spaces family here a little bit more, but schedules and different things like that haven't really worked out super well for that side, but again, our Spaces family always welcome to jump over here for some of these live streams like Ben has here today, as he's one of our co-hosts over on the Spaces side.
When I'm awake.
Yeah, when Ben's awake, we try to schedule around Ben on the weekends when we're not here on YouTube. We're trying to do those Spaces so Ben's there. So when we're there like weekly or whatever, it's planned sometimes to be on the weekend for these start times for Panther games. So we're able to get Ben to come on and co-host and stuff like that. So, but I appreciate your guys' time today. Stay tuned if we are back later tonight. I don't know what the gentlemen are doing. I won't be, but appreciate here for myself, for the absent Nick J. Levine, the absent Cody Stevens, our boy Big C's here. Ben, as we always say on the way out, let's go Cats.
Side of you, so I remove what's right and true. The beating undivided, all the voices in my head